No Jumper, coolest podcast in the world.
And today we light a candle.
For
America.
This is kind of like a post-election, trying to make sense of the election, and we're here with
This is the
Chris
Chris
Melberger.
Melberger interview.
Yes,
Sorry.
but it just so happens that last night was when we found out that Donald Trump is going to be president of the United States, and right adjacent to here, just a mile away, the 101 is shut down because there's protesters all over the highway, we're hearing. So we are living in the middle of history, trapped in this BMX war bunker.
Yep. We got this damn cat protecting the whole store.
Yep, that's all we got protecting us, and that's about it. Chris, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you guys doing? Hanging in there.
Good, yeah. I'm not bothered by this state of affairs. I think it's going to be all right.
Yeah, I think everything's going to be pretty okay.
Yeah. Let's start by talking about Chris.
Let's try to talk about Chris.
Yeah.
See how long it takes before we get derailed, yeah.
And then we'll just
About the
dive
Trump
into it.
So, Chris, where are you from?
All right, I'm from New Jersey, North Jersey, to be specific. And I've been born and raised there.
Really?
So, yep.
What part of Jersey?
North Jersey.
What town? Because I lived in Brooklyn for a long time, so I know a thing or two.
Sparta?
Never mind. I thought that was in
That's a band
ancient
name,
Greece.
too.
Yeah.
Sparta, yeah, they are.
Is they named after that town?
Probably one in Greece.
Oh, right.
Like the warriors, the soldiers, 300 guys.
Maybe it was named after Greece. That's
Wait,
fucked
why do you?
up.
Yeah, you're like he's like, what town? You're like North Jersey.
He just really didn't.
You don't
want
like
to,
saying Sparta?
Well, I don't say Sparta. I don't know. Just like people are like, yeah, you're from Sparta. Let's fucking chill, dude. Like people like who are, I don't know.
That's the kind of
Because
place
they think
it
it's
is?
300 instead of the Mars Volta spin-off band, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Mars Volta spin-up band.
Yeah.
What a
Sorry.
reference. That's going to go over the head of a lot of
No,
kids
kids
there.
out there, if you like At the Drive-In,
Mars Volta's good.
which they will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked At the Drive-In and I hated the Mars Volta, to be honest. But I was at a certain point in my life where I just wasn't ready for that.
That guy's like singing about all kinds of crazy umbilical syllables, sodrilicals.
Yeah, and I'm more like a surface kind of guy, I think.
So you grew up North Jersey your entire life,
Yeah.
and do you still live there?
Yeah, I'm still there. And then but like my buddy Snake, who I'm gonna probably move in with next year, lives like 30 minutes from me, so we do a lot of shit together there.
So like family's a big part of your life then, because you kind of stayed close to them, right?
Yeah. So I'm still at home. So like probably 6 months ago, my mom passed away.
Okay.
Yeah, and so I was at home, living there for like the past 3 years because she had ovarian cancer.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, and so I stayed home to help out, with my dad and my
Yeah.
sisters and everything, and just like spend time with her because I didn't really know when it would be.
Right.
And so she kind of passed away, and it was very unexpected. Like we knew it would happen, but it was very, I don't know, it was very, very like sudden.
Mm-hmm.
It was like because of surgery, kind of. So it was really fucked up.
When was she diagnosed with it?
She was diagnosed in December of 2013, I believe.
They were doing a surgery to try to get rid of it, and it
Or 2012.
had a complication.
So it was a surgery to it was for her heart and lungs because there was a lot of buildup and fluid going on there, and they had to get rid of it because the material and it was kind of not good, and the surgery usually goes well, but it ended up being one that kind of kept her her body was she had over 70 something chemo treatments. So
Jesus.
yeah, she was a fucking trooper, but it kind of I think her body was like, I'm sorry, I gotta stop.
So were you living away from home, and then you decided to move back home because of her?
So I was in school when I don't remember. I think she was diagnosed when I was either junior, senior year of college, and then I went back home, and that was when it was weird because I was like looking for jobs. I graduated with a digital media graphic design degree, so I've worked at a bunch of different agencies and stuff like that in the city, and the New York City is only like a 45-minute commute for me, so
Right.
I would commute there and go home, and it was nice to be home, work from home 1 day a week just to hang out with her and help her out and everything.
Right.
So I wanted to be around because I didn't want to feel like I was missing anything.
Right.
So that's why I was home, and it was nice, no rent, which was cool, and being around my friends and family was nice. So it was it happened, and it just kind of out of nowhere. It sucked, but
Yeah.
she was one of my biggest supporters, which was awesome.
Were you always pursuing comedy, or was Vine a totally different thing? Or
Yeah, so comedy was so Vine was weird because I never really, like, I was always like, you know, cracking jokes in class. Like, I was always trying to be like the class clown, I guess, in high school. In college, I don't know if you guys remember, like, when colleges had their own meme pages. Like,
No.
So this is like a thing that happened.
Wait, mean or meme?
Meme on like Facebook. Like a college would have like Montclair University memes.
Oh, okay.
And it's like every.
How old are you?
I'm 26.
Okay.
So every college had their own meme page, and so I went to Marist College in Poughkeepsie, and one night I was like, yeah, I'm gonna fucking just start this page because these don't seem to be taking off. So I started Marist memes, and within a few days, it got like 800 likes, which was like insane for like a private school, and especially for like a Facebook page. So I would just start posting memes. I would like find someone on Reddit and tweak them a little bit to make it more geared towards like Marist, or I would like find funny pictures around the town and be like, you know, go to a bar, end up getting like a bacon ranch pizza, whatever it was. And so it was really relatable, so people took off to it. So I'd be at the bar like at 3 a.m. and be like, yo, like talking to a group of people. I'd be like, yo guys, do you guys know what Marist memes is? And they'd be like, yeah, dude, that page is fucking hilarious. I'm like, oh, I'm the guy. And I'll get like drinks bought for me because I was like this fucking meme account.
Local celebrity.
Yeah, and I was like,
What year was that?
Yeah, what year?
So that was 2012, 2013.
Okay.
So that was like before like any of this weird internet shit happened. It was more of just like me.
So you were like a junior, senior?
Yeah.
Then you're not really thinking of like meme making as being like a potential road into other things. It was just
Yeah, it was just
totally
stupid
singular
and for
thing.
fun.
Yeah.
Like
Did you
that.
have a Twitter account at that time?
Yeah, and it was terrible. It was just like I would tweet. I had an account for the Marist memes page, but now it's like nothing. I don't even know what happened to it. And then I had my main handle, but it was just like going to the library to study for #finals. LOL. Like just dumb shit that no one cares about.
Retweet.
Just literally what you're doing.
Yeah. I would bump some of my old tweets from like 2012 where I'm like, yo, college is pretty fun, guys. Haha, #sick. And like that's what I would tweet, like this weird shit. But
Yeah.
it's kind of funny to look back and like that's what the world was then. It was a very like local Twitter scene. So
Yeah.
people would talk about that kind of stuff.
I hate people who use Twitter like that right now, who just literally are saying what they're doing. Or what I really hate are people who respond like enthusiastically and honestly to what I'm saying on Twitter.
Base Jesus was making
Just
fun of
agree
like,
with me?
when local Twitter blows up, you know, and everyone, their whole page is then like, oh, you're famous now, man.
It's all like Dory retweets or like sexual gifs or like
Because you got like 1,500 retweets, and it's all of a sudden like, oh man, you're
I'm famous on Twitter now. It's like that's your one thing you're gonna have probably.
your one viral tweet.
Yeah, it's like a bunch of like white girls dancing to a rap song, and everyone's like, "Oh, we're famous.
Yeah.
Follow us on Instagram."
You
Like,
did the mannequin
why?
challenge or something.
Yeah, exactly.
So wait, like, so how does running the local college meme page, which I'm thinking of like New Hampshire memes, that's where I'm from. Like,
Yeah.
fucking, there would be like a page that was, it still probably is, like some guy who's just feeding in
There's now like NFL memes, like all this weird. There's like a derivative of everything.
every type of meme page on Facebook and shit.
So I did that. That was like fun, and then I had the first thing that really like took off for me. I did a music festival poster one night. I was in class one day, and I think it was like a year of Bonnaroo, Coachella, and a bunch of other music festivals like were announcing like their lineups, and the Lumineers were on like every fucking poster at the time, and so when I was in like my psych class, whatever it was, I was like doodling like this idea, and I had this concept where I was like, let's just like give all these bands like generic names, and so I made this poster at like 3 a.m. in my apartment, and I posted it the next day, and it blew up on like everything on Reddit. Like Alicia, what's her name? Azealia Banks. She's like shared it on her Tumblr. Like all these people were sharing it everywhere.
Okay, so
Yeah, and so like I shared all this stuff, and it took off, and people were like, "Where can we buy this?" My buddy and I were like, "Oh fuck! Like, should we like sell it?" So we got like 100 printed, and we
what
started.
kind of names were they? Like, like boring, generic stoner rock.
Yeah,
type
yes,
thing?
it was like two dudes in a MacBook.
Yeah.
That band from the '90s making a comeback.
That's such a thing now too. That whenever like the flyer comes out for Coachella or whatever, there's always
Yeah.
so many people that like just put in Chief Keef for every single
Was it
one.
in the Coachella
and,
flyer format, or was it pre that?
It was essentially that, and then like it got real like, when it gets really literally all the band names like band you never heard of, and I like wrote that in. It's on. So that was like the first like so my company is Neat Dude. It was like the first Neat Dude like I guess project we ever did.
Right.
So we had like neatdude.com on the bottom of it and everything, and so it got picked up by Huffington Post, Adweek, and a bunch of like legitimate companies. So it was cool. And so yeah, that was like my first like big viral hit, I guess.
That's
What?
fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
What did you post it on first? Twitter?
So I think I uploaded it to Imager and I posted it on Reddit.
Oh, okay, nice.
Reddit, I have like 80,000 like karma on Reddit. Like I used to be on Reddit all the time.
Really?
Okay.
That's
That
where
doesn't
like
go away. It just stays up. If
it just sits there. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. That's what I would spend all my time doing, like back in college, because I was like, oh, this is funny.
If I wanted to, building up your Reddit, that's fucking how you cheat the system if you want to go viral. If you have that.
I've had a lot of friends who have like posted their videos and they've just taken off, like Bat Dad
Yeah, there's
and
like
Bottle Rocket, like a lot of those guys.
Karma, and there's
And there's
comment karma.
Yeah, both are like over almost 100K now. Like both, it's kind of sad.
Are you still on there, like looking at Reddit and shit?
Yeah, I'm on there once in a while now, but
Karma doesn't give you any positioning, does it? It just means it's just.
It doesn't
like
really
a
give you
badge of
anything.
honor. Yeah, it's just it doesn't give.
it's literally like pointless, but it's just fun.
Because every Reddit post has to start in like some new area where like you
Yeah.
need to get like 10 guys to hopefully start moving it out towards the front page.
Yeah, and there's like different ways you can I used to have like a few accounts where I'd like upvote myself, and then like that's not allowed anymore. So
Yeah,
I'm like,
guys
shit.
were gaming the system like even
Yeah.
more hardcore than that too. But
I posted something on Reddit and then tweeted like, "Hey, go upvote my."
Yeah,
thing."
that's not allowed.
Boom.
They take
I
it
got
off
my
instantly.
account deleted from the videos section or whatever it was
Yeah,
at the time.
dude, they take it seriously.
Which they should, because it's so easy to game if you're like a corporation. It had
you
so
gotta
many
you
people
gotta
doing
control
it.
those neckbeards, man. Us.
Control those fucking.
Yeah, all of
Control
us.
those green frogs.
Pepe.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I still have an account and I post once in a while, but I'll get like a lot of people who will like tag my account when like a video of mine is posted on there, or if my girlfriend's like GIF is on there.
You just hit the front page with
The clown video. Yeah, man. And I posted that.
That was weird because okay, so what he did, or you can explain it.
Yeah, so you know how like the whole clown thing happened?
Yeah.
Like everyone's like, oh, like everyone on Twitter was filming them getting scared by clowns, and it was obviously a lot of it was just fake and stupid.
Yeah.
And it like took off. So my buddy was like, yo, I bought an $80 clown costume. Like, let's make a video. And I was like, I don't want to fucking do that, because I feel like everyone's doing that. And it's like old news already, because it's like probably 3 or 4 weeks after like it initially was a thing.
Yeah.
So I was like, wait, I have an idea actually. So we ended up going to Walmart, called up another buddy, bought another clown costume, and then we filmed a video where we're pulling in. It's like from a first person view and to a driveway, and there's a guy standing in our lawn, and he's wearing just like normal clothes. And we're like, what the fuck, dude? What the fuck is this guy doing? We're like all scared and shit. And then we start freaking out because he starts walking towards us, and then it cuts so that you can see us in the car, and we're both clowns. So it's like two clowns who are scared of a human. So it's like a little twist on the whole thing. And I posted like the Twitter video link onto Reddit, and it like was like #1 all night.
Right.
And a lot of people were like, I was actually getting like good comments, which is pretty rare for Reddit. And a lot of people were like, this is funny, which is cool. So it took off, and then a bunch of like Facebook accounts started taking it, and all the fucking Instagram parody accounts stole it, and
Yeah.
it's kind of pissed I didn't watermark it, but it's kind of whatever.
Do you watermark?
Do you think
heavily?
that?
What
Do you think
issues with
watermarking helps
stealing?
you get followers? Or it just feels good when you.
It does if it's shared on like a certain page, but I feel so lame having to do it, because if it doesn't take off, then you just look like a fucking idiot for watermarking in the first place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then also, it's a weird, like, my content's so good that people are going to want to steal it kind of thing. So I
Yeah.
try not to, like, ruin my, I feel like it just looks
But
tacky.
if just in case, and if it gives more followers, like where would a watermark really help you get followers? Do you think once it hits a certain?
Yeah, I think Facebook is, I don't even know if Facebook, more it's like Instagram is pretty popping, and Twitter kind of.
You just have to be like really like the 1% of people who think a Vine or whatever is funny enough to go pursue it and go track down the Instagram. It's like it has to go viral as fuck for it to matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like
that you
not many
watermarked
people
it.
are like, yeah, I'm definitely, like if it's a good enough video, people will go.
Yeah.
But I think what's a lot better is when like an account shares your video and they tag you. Because that
yeah.
tag is just one boom click.
click
no one
right through.
no one has to type in like the blurry watermark that they see in the bottom right of the
Right.
pixelated shitty video.
Yeah, tag might get you like 100 followers for every one the watermark gets you or something.
Yeah,
like that.
that's pretty good science right there. Actually, some good like
so,
math.
so how do you go from being like a was graphic design always your thing, or were you always like an internet kid? Like how did you even end up being?
So early on, I was like always on like forums. I was like a forum kid. Like
What
I used,
forums?
Nothing.
Nobody ever wants to name the exact.
Well,
one.
I know.
Yes, you have to name your forums.
Well, I know like the popular ones, like Something Awful and like FARC and like bodybuilding, all those ones. I never really fucked with those because I was like really young. I feel like when they were big, I was on this one called Video Game DC, which was just like a video game forum from like Newgrounds Flash videos for like, it was like video game sprite video. I don't know, it's fucking weird. But like,
What does that mean? Newgrounds Flash videos?
so you know Newgrounds.com, like the website?
Never heard of that site.
It's like animated Flash, like, like Flash videos.
Yeah, I know about Flash videos.
So people used to animate like Mario and like old like video game sprites into like weird situations where they'd be like fighting each other and stuff. And like when I was like 12 or 13, I was like, this is cool.
Yeah.
So I'd follow those videos, and then there was a forum where people would just like talk, like everyone had like a common interest, so they would talk about that kind of stuff, which was cool. So I was a part of it for a few years.
But you were part of the bodybuilding.com, just the craziness, not the actual working out part, because that's like a big forum for just internet.
Yeah, no,
community
I
shit.
never went there. I always heard about it. I knew
Oh,
it was
okay.
like a. I mean, I definitely dabbled in 4chan a little bit, like early on when I was young, because everyone did.
Were you trolling?
I wasn't really trolling. I would laugh at like dumb shit, like just like stupid memes and stuff.
I feel like at a certain level, like every little kid is trolled a little bit when they're younger because they think it's funny. Like, oh, fuck. And then they like sign off
yeah.
real quick and
I
like,
definitely
clear
used
their
to-
browser history.
I definitely used to troll like on Xbox Live. You would say shit like I remember when I was like 15 playing Call of Duty, and the guys would be like, Yo, how old are you guys? Like, we're 25. I'm like, yo, go out and like have sex with girls and get drunk, you fucking losers. And now I'm like that guy, and I'm like, yeah, I'm just trying to play a game. I'm tired. I worked all day. I'm just chilling now.
Yeah, and I feel like that, like the trolling has been increased.
It's
and increased
cyclical.
and
Just like
increased.
it's constant. It's like it's always going to happen. It's like
Now
kinda-
they call it harassment.
yeah,
And
cyberbullying.
Yeah, cyberbullying.
Yeah, I
And
feel
now we
like,
have a president who endorses it strongly.
yeah, I think there's like definitely like a fine line between like trolling and then like cyberbullying and like death threats. It's all fucking weird.
Spectrum of harassment that we've all been a part of. I remember I got my mom's AOL account, like I got a warning because I went in a Hanson chat in 1997 when I was 13 and called and said like Hanson is gay. If you like Hanson, you're
Did they
fat.
warn you?
Yeah, but it went to the like master account, which was my mom's. So all of a sudden,
she
I'm
can't
in
check her
deep
mail.
shit for fucking making fun of Hanson's.
She's like,
insane
Adam,
work.
who is Hanson? And why are you talking to him on the computers?
Bop-a-doo, what up?
And now
It's
you
like-
realize Hanson is one of the greatest musical acts of all time.
Well, I never really followed them past that album. Yeah.
Do you guys remember AIM buddy icons?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How funny were those?
Yeah.
They had one for everything. Like it'd be
love
like
AIM.
the little guy like humping like a Mountain Dew bottle or like like playing guitar or whatever. There was some like X-rated ones that you could find if you
Yeah.
like searched Google hard enough.
Was those
That's
were the
fly,
original
man.
emojis, basically, kind of?
Yeah, essentially.
Did you throw those into the AIM message?
No, it was like your buddy profile like icon. See, everyone had like in like the bottom right corner of their chat box like a little dancing guy or like someone doing something.
Yeah.
If you were cool.
I want to kill this
You were
fly
cool.
somehow. You see this fly?
Yeah, there's a fly who keeps circling.
One
me.
fly.
There was a fly in that presidential election, too, so that's why I
on
introduced
her
them
face, yes.
into the
And
ecosphere here.
there's a fly in Westworld.
You brought him in. Westworld. Should I watch that?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's good.
It's
All right.
tight.
It's really cool.
I'm down. If you guys say that's good, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, no, definitely watch it. The pilot alone is so good.
Yeah, it's really dope.
But you told me to watch Stranger Things, and I did not feel affectionate towards that in any way.
I enjoyed Stranger
You were
Things.
with a girl at the time you were probably trying to shoo out of your room or something.
No, it was a girl that I was like trying to like convince myself that I could potentially date because I was so sexually attracted to her, and she wanted to watch it. And I'm like, all right. So I sat there, I watched 2 episodes with her, and I'm just like, I am not meant for domestic chillaxing.
Yeah, I think the girl ruined it for you.
Yeah.
She sucks dick. Yeah.
So then, all right. So we start on forums and we get to like some meme pages in college. Is there
Yeah.
any in between gaps we're missed there in terms of internet growth?
So I
Or
think-
comedy growth.
I think, yeah, I mean, I maybe like I would always try to do like some funny like design stuff where I would, combine my like graphic design skills with, some sort of comedic. I like doing like observational comedy, like poking fun at like what's popular in culture, like everyone. But so that music festival poster was the biggest one. And then Vine happened in January of 2013. I was in my apartment, like 2 a.m. probably. Saw some girl tweet something. I was, what the hell is this? And then I downloaded it, and I was like, I fell in love with the fact that you could film, like touch record, and essentially shoot your own little mini movie.
But did it immediately make sense to you? Like, oh, this is a great format that I could use.
I think at first I was like, this is like interesting, and I was like, fucking around and like making all the stupid stop motion ones everyone did.
Yeah. Did you do a making fun of the first type of Vines where I think you did?
I think a long time ago, like a few months ago.
Because right when Vine started, every Vine looked the same.
Yeah, it was like, okay, moving this cup, okay, film it again.
And then a selfie all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Back to the cop.
No, I
Like an
remember my
accidental
first
selfie.
one perfectly. I was at the skate park, and it's just, and then you kind of start to figure it out. Like, oh, I could film like specific things and put a couple of things. Yeah.
But yeah, early on was weird because you couldn't reorder clips. You couldn't like edit anything or trim stuff. So like whatever you filmed, that was it. So like everything.
thrilling
That's
at
why
the
it was so exciting because everyone was forced to be super creative with what they were given, which was very little.
It was just
like,
so raw at the time.
yeah. And like even celebrities were like, "What the fuck are we doing on here? Like, how does this work?"
Yeah.
And you would hear people like with the countdown and everything, like, "Go,
Yeah.
3."
I love that shit.
Yeah.
Early Vine is like such a beautiful time. You're right.
It's a whole new world. If you go back and watch everyone's new ones, like I watched Nicoletti's, and I was cracking up because like they're just so bad but so good.
Right.
In the
Because
beginning, yeah.
Coletti has always been Coletti. So it doesn't
never
matter
changed.
It doesn't matter what you're capturing him on.
Yeah.
It's just like some of the editing got better.
There's one where he's just saying balls like every cut. He's like balls, 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 balls. I'm like,
His early ones turned into like what everybody was doing. Like when you look at his very early ones, it's almost like, oh my god, these are like really corny, but like kind of funny because I've had my sense of humor fucking dulled by
Yeah.
seeing so many things like this. since then.
Was there a Viner you saw that you were like, oh shit, like this is my influence, like this guy is gonna like.
yeah. So early on, Chris D'Elia was like Chris D'Elia. All his stuff was super funny because it was just very raw. Like he would film someone like wearing a stupid outfit, and he'd be like, "Sir, what are you wearing? Don't do that." And that was like his whole thing.
Yeah.
Will Sasso I thought was great.
He was on it so hard and then just gone.
Yeah, Steve Agee, he's a comedian. He did a lot of funny stuff. Marlo Meekins, Bo Burnham when he was on it. I'm trying to think who else there is.
But did you start experiencing like popularity with it right away?
It was very localized popularity. It would be like, hey man, it's like on campus, yeah, dude, saw your Vine, like.
Right.
But like then like I would be like walking down to the docks to like actually go film a Vine, but like I wouldn't tell anyone with my friends. And like these girls, I saw that I was like walking down. These girls were on the campus green, just like chilling, and they one girl tweeted, just saw Chris Melberger. He's definitely going to go film a Vine, and that was like when no one even knew what Vine was at the time.
Yeah.
And like that's what I was doing. So like I was like I guess known, but like all the stuff I made was like so bad.
What was your first big hit?
I guess my first big hit might have been a Costco free samples one where I'm filming myself getting free samples from like, you know, Costco.
Yeah.
So it's like me just saying, thank you. And I'm grabbing like a thing of like, you know, peanuts or a little drink. And I keep saying thank you. Then eventually I grab like a laptop and then I grab like a camera and then like a TV. I'm like, thank you. And so that was like new and different. People were like, oh, that's funny. Cool. And so that was like my first big one. It got a couple thousand likes. I was like, what the? Maybe even like a couple hundred. Like it was not much, but at the time it was like insane.
Well, you're getting followers from it, so
Yeah.
you're kind of like, fuck, I'm building my audience. This is tight, yeah.
Yeah, and so that was really cool, and it was just exciting to kind of. And I was constantly thinking that I was like, I gotta film some shit. And what was really cool was like, the more and more I was posting, the more and more like successful I was getting. Like my mom back home would like, she was like watching it, and she was super into my stuff. My dad was kind of like, what are you doing? Like, seems like a waste of time. But my mom was like a big supporter of it. And she would always like, she would text me like, funny Vine, with like a little emoji or something. Or she would comment on my stuff. And so that was always cool. Like, even though I was away from school and I knew she was sick, like we would have that kind of like bond, which was really nice.
Right.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
Were you like making multiple per day, like going super hard
Yeah,
with it?
like absolutely, like 4 to 7 per day sometimes. Because at the time, you didn't care. Everyone was
Right.
posting everything.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
There's no
that
idea of
beautiful-
quality
that beautiful
control.
open season.
Yeah,
I
it was
miss
like
that.
boom, boom, boom.
I miss that
constant.
when there was no feeling that you needed quality control
And
on the internet.
And that happens to everyone. Like that,
Yeah.
with everything. Like I'll like have so many tweets. I'm like, fuck, I want to fire this one off, but I have to like keep it in my drafts for a few days or something. So I'm like, this is
You
gonna be
get
a
a
fire.
following and you tighten it up.
Yeah,
It's like
It
Lil B
sucks.
stays so pure. It's crazy. He just keeps putting shit out. It's
but I do think it's smart because if you're unleashing everything at once, people are gonna be like, fuck off.
Yeah.
Shut up. Like
Yeah.
unfollow.
Or like, yeah, at this point, even with like the Twitter thing, it's like, oh, I do get a good amount of retweets and likes, so that makes me not want to post something unless it's going to get a bunch of retweets and likes. And then I look at my tweets that don't have any, and I feel like, fuck, I'm going to delete these because I
Yeah.
want it to look better.
Yeah, dude, it's so dumb.
it's a
Like
bizarre-
I'll delete a tweet that has 200 likes, which is like 200 people like that, which is cool. But I'm like, this one had 1,000. This one looks a lot cooler, and it's like a pretty funny thing. But I'm also like, it's like a weird branding image thing. Like I saw your one today with the Starbucks Chipotle, like the Starbucks
Yeah, that was
guacamole.
funny.
It's funny as fuck.
Do you see that?
No. What is that?
I woke up thinking that. I said something. I said, well, Trump's in office. This Trump thing is officially real. I just went to Starbucks and they charged me an extra $1.50 for guacamole. I thought that was really funny.
It's funny.
It didn't get that many, but it was all right, like maybe 500 likes or some shit. But I thought that was kind of funny.
I don't know if I get it. Wait, but maybe I do. I don't know.
It's weird because with Trump, as soon as you say guacamole, it's almost like, oh, is this like a racial thing? Which is not
Yeah.
how I meant it. I just wanted it to be something that didn't make any sense. Like,
Oh,
go to
okay.
Starbucks. Why would
Yeah,
they
like,
be
why would there
charging
be
you the
guacamole
way
at
that
Starbucks?
the way that
It's just like a dumb
Chipotle
tweet.
does?
Yeah, I got you.
Like Dan Curtin the other day had one where it's like, man, I'm really tired of America. I guess I have to move to Alaska or something. And everyone, so many people are like, you're so dumb. And he's obviously like fucking with everyone.
That's hilarious.
Yeah,
I didn't
it's
even
so
put it
good.
together in my head right away.
Yeah.
I love trolling shit. I have one that I'm going to do. I'll just say it here. Where you ever see like the old Hatebreed shirts that it's just like their logo, but it's like got flames coming off of it,
Uh-huh.
and it like kind of looks like the Thrasher logo. Well, I want to do like a troll one where I post that, and I'm like, oh great, just what we need, another fucking Thrasher logo ripoff. But it's been
Dude,
around for like 30 years or
That's
some
so
shit.
good. And you should also have like, you should throw some like emojis on it, like the fucking like steam ones.
That's the one that came to mind right away.
love that
That's
emoji.
such a crucial one. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
It's
the
so,
Chief Keef emoji.
God, I'm frustrated.
it's so dumb how like one emoji can make or break a tweet.
Yo, I relate to your feeling, strangely enough. When Vine first came out, it was like such an interesting kind of new thing that seems so simple. Like, why couldn't we think of this before? And like,
Yeah.
the looping aspect of it and the stop motion aspect. So like people are making those snail vines where they're sliding across their living room floor one frame at a time or
Yeah.
whatever. And I remember like sitting there with my friend and being like, like for like 1 week, I was like, we got to make funny vines, dude. Like, I don't know why, but like, I think of funny ideas. And like, we just couldn't get it, you know,
Yeah.
like we have one that was kind of funny or whatever, but like that was that weird, crazy obsession.
That's Catfish's whole life. Just trying to be funny on.
I know we're always, everybody here is walking around thinking about tweets. Like,
Yeah.
Oh,
it can
yeah.
be a funny tweet.
Yeah.
Dude,
It's just-
every day, like I'm like that's a sick tweet, and like I'll just like I tweeted one about. So I tweeted one similar to yours, yeah, a few days ago, where I was like, "Damn, the people who designed the city of Los Angeles must have really been big GTA 5 fans."
Yeah, I thought that was funny. Yeah.
It's like it's probably been done. I don't know. I just thought it's like fucking dumb and stupid.
Yeah,
people
because
liked it.
I've thought about that kind of tweet multiple times because it's such an annoying fucking comment to get. Like, oh, this looks exactly like GTA 5. Like when you're
Yeah.
doing anything in LA, and it's like
It's like
yeah,
very meta humor,
No shit.
like,
Yeah.
like fucking stupid. Like my other friend I want to say was like, man, and if everyone who goes to the electoral college can go fuck themselves.
that is funny.
Yeah. No, and it was leather shirts. He did that one.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Wait, so then, all right, so Vine is over. Right?
Yeah.
So let's like, there's.
But we got
kind
to
of-
talk about the ride more. Of
Yeah,
like
let's
how
talk
you
about the
became
rise and
somebody.
fall. And
Yeah.
like, did you see it coming? During the rise, was there ever a time where you were getting like fucking stupid money to put a placement on? Or
Yeah.
something?
You got huge. Like how did that happen?
Yeah, man. I kind of just I just never stopped posting. Like
Yeah.
it like eventually got to the point where like you could tell like with a lot of people, like a lot of my vines I would want to have friends in them because like I wanted another actor, so it wasn't weird. And then there's a slow like change where it's just like me acting with myself. And a lot of my early vines sucked. I wasn't like a good actor. But eventually I started understanding timing and like diction and, you know, just like expressing myself with different like, you know, moods. And I got to a point where I was like able to be sad or funny or scared or anything. And then my brain started thinking more and more about that.
Right.
So I was able to play a part better as myself than having someone else like try to do it and like kind of fuck it up.
Yeah, so you're talking to yourself. And
So I'm like, yo, what's up? Not much. And you kind of look like a fucking insane person. But like,
While
that's
you're
how,
filming
like,
it.
Yeah.
While you're
What's
filming
going on, dude? And like that's just how it is.
yeah, you kind of have that same kind of style as like, you know, similar, somewhat Nick Coletti, somewhat Evan Breen, somewhat Kyle Mooney.
Yeah.
You know, where it's like that awkward kind of making fun of like kids who actually are taking selfies like
Yeah.
that and like throwing the weak peace sign up and stuff.
Yeah, Kyle Mooney's one of my biggest inspirations. Like I went the other day. I was like watching some of his videos, like the Good Neighbor guys,
Yeah.
Good Neighbor stuff, Beck and Nick, and all my friends. Like we grew up on those guys. We have a lot of inside jokes built around like their videos, and it blows my mind that their videos have like not that many views in retrospect. Like
Kyle's a god, dude, and like I don't know why he's on SNL, or I mean I know why he's on SNL, but it's just weird how he's not
they don't take enough advantage of him. Like all
Right,
his
exactly.
skits
He's
that
not
get
being
cut for
fully
time
utilized, yeah.
are so funny, and it's just a very weird sense of humor that I think the mainstream people just. I think it's like years ahead of its time. Like a lot of people haven't understood it yet, and it's a shame because he's so funny, he's so good, and like he can even just seeing him and him talking like makes me laugh. Like I just love.
Yeah.
I'm just like, yeah, dude, fuck yeah.
That's how I feel about Nick too, though. I feel like Nick was just blessed with this face
Dude,
that
Nick,
just carries so much
100%,
emotion. You know?
100%.
Yeah.
Nick and Kyle are very similar, where they could just say anything, and you're like, dude, that's the funniest thing.
I know.
Even when Nick tweets, he'll be like, "Yo, is pizza color?"
Yo.
People are like, "Yeah, fuck yeah."
Literally a bowl of cereal. Like
Kyle, I
3,000
wonder if Kyle
retweets,
and
yeah.
Nick have met.
I don't think they have.
That needs to happen.
I met Kyle and Beck. I was at a show in New York City. Like I found out like last minute. I was on Twitter, and this guy was like, I'm doing a talk show with Kyle and Beck from SNL," and I was like, "Oh, cool." And the date was like tonight. I was like, "Oh, fuck." So I drove to the city, and I was like, "Yo, you want to come?" My buddy was like, "Yeah, dude, we're going." So we ended up going. It was like $15. I went with my buddy Snake and Andrew Marback. And we get there, and we're sitting there, and like they're on stage, and I'm like, "This is crazy!" Like I've fucking looked up to these guys forever, and it was the best night ever. Like literally, like one of the best nights. I was cracking out, like everything. And then I'm walking out to go to my car to drive home. Like, yeah, I definitely parked here. What the fuck? So we had to walk up and down the street a few times. I was like, "Yeah, where the hell is my car?" Like I'm not drunk. Like I didn't even drink. Like what do you got? Like what the fuck happened? And so I go up to this restaurant guy. I was like, "Yo, was there a car here?" Like, and he goes, "Yeah, I got towed 15 minutes ago." I was like, "Are you kidding me?" So my car got towed, and I had to go to the fucking pound and get it. And it was such bullshit. Like it cost me like $300, like ticket. So I was like parked in the wrong. I don't even know what happened.
But you saw Kyle, so.
So I saw Kyle, so it was worth it. I was like, yeah, whatever, $300. Fuck
You know
it.
that character Bruce Chandling he does? Like,
Oh my god.
he's like this really corny comedian who's like making. There's a comedian character that makes fun of comedians who are like from the Midwest who are like gas prices. Am I right? You know, like that's his
Yeah.
jokes.
And he was like,
I saw him do an entire show of Bruce Chandling out here before, like he was on SNL and all that with like 8 people, and I was like, crying, laughing, like.
and the people who don't get it, it's beautiful because like they just don't
Amazing.
get it, and
Yeah.
it's so funny.
Did you have any interest in stand up before you started doing Vine? Or like
I would have people-
real comedy? Quote
Yeah,
unquote?
I would have people like say things like that, like, "Yo, man, you should like look into doing some like I've had people definitely say that before I was even like doing Vine, but then after Vine, everyone's like, "Yo, dude, definitely fucking look into stand up," and it's one of those things where I feel like I could probably do it, but I also am like scared shitless at the same time because I feel like I don't know. It's just like you have to like have everything written down in your brain, like just kind of like take care of the audience and take a hold of it. And I've done things where I'm talking to hundreds of people or good big large group of people, and I'm able to make them laugh. But I don't know, stand up is it's like a whole new world for me. And
Yeah.
even like improv, like people tell me I should try doing improv.
Sorry.
No, it was a roach.
No, it's the fly.
Yeah.
Maybe you got the one you introduced. Look at this cat. He walks over here and starts sneezing.
Sneezing all
I
over
wanna
the
get
guest.
rid of him. I want to push him off.
No, let him go.
You think? He's like
Yeah, I don't
blocking the guest now. You like it?
The fans
yeah,
like
fine.
it. The
It's
fans
cute.
like
It's
it.
not making you nervous that he's like staring at your forearm like a
You're
fucking
making me
psychopath
nervous.
for no reason?
You're making me nervous.
I don't know what that guy's doing right now.
He's on Musical.ly. He's killing it.
Oh, musically.
And YouTube.
What a weird.
Explain that to me, because I don't.
Subgenre.
All I know is that Rice Gum made a name for himself by making fun of young kids on Musical.ly.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah.
So Musical.ly is essentially where a lot of the Vine users went, like the young audience, because it's 15-year-olds, guys and girls who are lip syncing and doing these crazy little motions and getting hundreds of thousands of likes just by singing a song that's not theirs. And
They're lip syncing.
Yeah, and I didn't really understand it, but like I could see where like my girlfriend, her sisters, they watch it and they're like 11. And it's like a super popular thing. But I know they're trying to transition to comedy more because now people are lip syncing Vines. So people are literally lip syncing like other people's jokes now. And like my Vines are on there getting 200,000 likes by these like 2 young kids who are just like, yeah, like this isn't our content at all. But
Just
fuck
literally
it.
just restating it.
Yeah, it's insane. But apparently some people who stream on their app Lively are getting paid like $20K
Really?
a week. Because they're essentially saying they're like having these young kids or whoever their audience is like pay money to watch them.
Wow, you can get money from that shit? That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, musically, I think the whole problem there too is like you said, the content's not theirs. So
Yeah.
like, what are their deals with major labels who own those
Music,
songs?
a lot of music labels are working with them big time. Like I've seen
Right.
a ton of artists on there, like Selena Gomez, Ariana Grande. They're
Yeah,
all
so they
doing stuff.
decided. But now it's like, how are they going to work with the content owners of Vine shit? You know, or are they? You know,
It's so short, right? Or is it long form?
I think it's 10 seconds.
See, I feel like anything under 10 seconds is usually where they kind of draw the line in terms of trying to enforce copyright.
Apparently, even 6 seconds of a song is not allowed.
Really?
Yeah, I actually had to. Well, I made a Musical.ly account and I posted on there. It was essentially me making fun of it. I was like lip syncing a Justin Bieber song, and in it I'm like held hostage. So like after I'm like lip syncing a little bit, I hold up a sign that's like please help me, and then the last second like a gun comes in my head, and it got featured. Like they actually featured it. But the other day I was on it and I saw that it was like the audio was muted, and I was like what the fuck? So like that's I guess their failsafe is like you can mute the audio but keep the video.
Right.
If like they're like a takedown request happens or something.
they haven't worked the deal at Bieber yet.
You notice that when Hillary did the mannequin challenge that there was no audio
Yeah.
because she was too shook to use the Black Beatles song like everybody else used, and then Ray Shremmer reposted it with the thing. But it was so funny that it's like, oh, you're about to be the president and you're not gonna fucking almost was the president and you are that scared.
That's
of
why she didn't
copyright.
win. She didn't energize the minority vote, right?
We'll probably always remember that mannequin challenge as being her final L besides losing.
Her final L.
I think when she dabbed, she lost.
Oh
like,
God.
you know.
One of my tweets was in a CNN article about Hillary trying to relate to millennials,
Yeah.
which was funny.
What'd you say?
It was something like about Netflix and Bay. I don't remember even.
I said, because I probably saw like 10 girls tweet about like, oh, I need Xanax for this election. And so I tweeted like, y'all tweeting about how you need Xanax to deal with Trump like you're not already on Xanax all the time. And it got maybe like 1,200. I was really thinking like, there's something there that could have done better. Something
Yeah.
with that if I had worded it a little bit better.
I think it was around 2,400 last time I checked.
It was 1,200. I count retweets. That was all right. It was good. But
Oh,
it was
you're a retweet guy?
I don't know.
I look at I look at retweets sometimes, but I look at likes
You
too.
look at likes a lot? Okay.
Well, yeah, sometimes I'll see like one that gets like a ton of likes and like not many retweets. I'm like,
That's when you
fuck.
said some real shit.
Yeah, but like people are like, I'm not gonna.
I'm not want to say that, but he said that, so I'll like it. I don't want anyone else to see that.
But it's not even like sometimes it'll be like not even real shit. It'll be like your Man Crush Monday, fucking,
That's the ultimate format.
Yeah.
Your Man Crush Monday and then literally any joke.
yeah, literally anything that I probably do
Yeah.
that I like observe myself doing.
I had a good one that was your MCM turns the music down to look for parking.
Which I do.
Yeah.
Oh, I do too. Totally,
everyone,
yeah. You're overloading your senses, but if you really just think about it in a tiny
There's
little
like no
thing,
reason to.
Why would you? Yeah.
I do
yeah.
that, and my girlfriend Chan is like, "What the fuck? Like,
What?
like why? To stop, don't turn
Trying
these
to
down."
focus in.
I mean,
babe.
the obvious thing is like, if you don't want to hit another car when you're driving very.
Is that a cockroach?
Where?
On the I just walked in the black. I don't know.
Just act like you don't see him.
That's definitely a roach.
Oh yeah, that one right there. Yeah.
That's a black beetle.
We do a lot of
The mannequin challenge.
Dude, they're out here. Yeah, he's doing the mannequin challenge. I filmed these cops with their guns out right here, and everybody commented like, "Ooh, I thought they were doing the mannequin challenge."
I had a
I'm
good
like,
reply to
It
that.
actually did look like they were.
Yeah, it was
'Cause
weird.
they were like this, like.
That's a weird one because I feel like the mannequin challenge is like when I saw it, I'm like, that's a great idea, and then I was like, it's going to be so played out in like 48 hours. That
Well, yeah, because you got all these creators
Everyone,
who want to
yeah.
hop on anything
Yeah.
that's.
What was
fucking
what was the
relevant.
first one? The locker room one?
I don't even know, dude.
The first one I saw was the NFL locker room one.
The only really good one that I saw didn't even use the song. It was the R. Kelly one where like, do you see that one with like Simone Shepherd, like the guy comes home and she was getting like cheated. She was cheating on him.
Uh-huh.
Dude, it's so funny. Like,
Oh, that sounds funny.
yeah, it's really good. I can't like explain it. It's really good though.
So, okay, you get on Vine, you start getting a following, you start a business.
Sure. Okay. So my business, Neat Dude, was actually we started it in. So we sit on all of our shit. It says 2008 is when it started because in high school, my buddies and I, we started saying the phrase one night. We were like, I don't even know what if we were like. I think we were just like drunk or like having fun or whatever it was, and we started saying the word "Neat Dude" like a lot, and we thought it was so funny. So we started writing on random people's from our like high school's Facebook walls at the time, just the word "Neat Dude." And, like it was like so weird. We were just doing it. We were cracking out like laughing. I think it was the funniest thing. It really wasn't that funny. And then we started doing. I think in college, my friend John and myself. We went to community college first because what the fuck, like we didn't have any money and we didn't want to like worry about student loans and all that shit. So we went there. It was cheap, and then we transferred to Marist, and then that's where we made our what's it called, like our senior thesis project around the word "Neat Dude" and like our company. So we worked on like the logo, the branding, the name, and everything, and we made a website. And it started off with this thing called like Neat Dude Collective. It was supposed to be like a website with all of our friends, like art, music, videos,
Like
photos.
your good neighbor kind of vibe. Like was it,
It was
influence or
no,
not?
it was more of like, hey, all of our friends just post whatever you want on here. Like,
Okay.
It's more of like we wanted to get like business from like the name and like house a bunch of creative people. So if you wanted to like work with us in any shape or form, that's how it was supposed to work. And then Vine came out, and then we started messing around with it. And then we we should make just a Neat Dude account, like where we're just all fucking around on it. So like me and my 3 buddies started posting like actually good stuff on there like early on, and a lot of stuff took off. Like I think one of our biggest posts was like the low budget Pixar one. I don't know if you've ever seen that, where it's like the Pixar lamp like hopping, but it's like me, someone's like holding it.
Yes, I've seen this.
And so like that's been like shared and re-uploaded and fucking turned into every kind of GIF ever, a bunch. But like that was ours, and then some other stuff. Anyway, so yeah, so we started an account, and then we saw a lot of people were getting big on there, and we were like, yeah, we're like friends with a lot of these people, and like we should maybe make a hat, like a beanie or something, and just put our name on it and see what happens. So we made a beanie, threw the words Neat Dude on it. Maybe made like 20 of them. It cost like a lot because like that's like a low quantity, you know what I'm talking about. And then so we just sent them to everyone. We're like, oh, here you go, wear them if you want, like whatever. We didn't even like, there was like no rules. It was like, just do what you want. And then eventually it kind of started slowly catching on. More people wanted to wear them. More people wanted to include them, you know, get them. And then I started wearing them more and more in my videos. And then it became like the Vine hat for a while. Like everyone was like, yo, like this, like every fucking person's wearing it. Like I'd get tagged on Facebook, like, yo, this guy's wearing your hat in this video that blew up. Like, and we're like, me and my buddies are so thankful that everyone like was, you know, down to support and rock it. And now it's kind of been super awesome. Like we have over like 80 something products now. We really kind of like went ham.
Do you sell all through your website, or you have dealers at all or anything?
So right now it's strictly just online. It's through Shopify. We went from Big Cartel at first, which was like perfect for like the low quantities we were doing.
Right.
But we had to move to Shopify because it started getting kind of crazy, and we wanted to track everything better.
Right.
So we now on Shopify, and that's how we do most of our business. We'll do, if like, someone hits us up and they're like, they want to do like a bulk order for like their like little boutique shop or something, we'll do that. But for the most part, it's like you want to buy stuff, just go to the site.
Right.
Is the beanie the best seller all time?
So I think there's like, so top 3, the beanie's up there. The Bat Dad shirt is up there. We did a collab with Bat Dad.
Okay.
Who is just huge on Facebook. And
Do you know who that is, Adam?
No.
This guy. Explain about that. If
So it's this guy who started on Vine. He wore a Batman mask.
Okay, yeah,
And
that
he would just
guy,
yell at his kids.
yeah.
And it was funny. People loved it. And
And
now
then he started a brand out of that?
Yeah.
Wow,
He
good
just
for
goes
him.
by, yeah. And he's
he yells at
killing
his
it.
kids in Bruce Wayne voice.
Yeah. And he's
Go to bed.
he's a really close friend. Like he.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow,
we
okay.
keep in touch, and he's the man. So we did a collab with him.
Where does he live?
He's in Georgia.
Okay, because it definitely seemed to me like this is just a random ass old dude, not in LA trying to make a career. Like he actually thought this was funny and then just kept going with it.
Yeah, he has like a legitimate job, and he just did it on the side, and then it ended up being like, yeah, you can make a living doing this. So
That's cool.
I think he's still having fun with it. His wife loves it. Everyone loves when he scares his wife.
So you made money from doing the Neat Dude merch stuff before you probably ever got a brand deal on Vine.
Yeah. So I mean, we were making like decent, like okay money.
Right.
It wasn't like much at first. My first brand deal, I think, was either something for Netflix or for TNT.
So as a Viner, at what point do you start getting offered that kind of stuff, and how is it facilitated?
So it's I think around like 100K. I mean, it doesn't really matter. You could have whatever, but like 100K was when I started seeing people, hit me up.
Followers.
100,000 followers. And there's multiple companies. Grape Store was a big one early on. Niche, who Twitter owns. They do a lot of great work with people. And a few other companies like VaynerMedia and others.
These are like aggregators who bring in.
Yeah, they work
Toyota.
with influencers, and then you make stuff.
Did you have like influencer management?
I did it all myself. Like I know a lot of people have agents and things.
You
and
got
managers.
approached though by a lot of people for that probably.
Yeah, but I mainly deal with it all myself, and I'm like, I negotiate. I know what my value is, and I try to keep it, going.
To know your value, you got to know the next guy's value, though, right? Do you guys
Yeah.
share information and stuff? Kind of.
Yeah, a lot of people are very candid. They're like, like, what are you making? Like, because sometimes people don't know. Like, so they'll be like, dude, I don't know what the fuck to do. Like, what do I, like, they offer me this. I'm like, dude, that's fucking way too low.
Right.
Like, your engagement and your audience is way bigger than mine, dude. Like, you should be getting way more. And it's just like honesty, I think, helps a long way because you don't want people getting swindled by.
It's probably pretty transparent because people just talk amongst each other a lot, right?
Oh yeah, I mean, I have a group chat that I've been in for the last like 2 years. It's all Viners. We just talk on Twitter every day.
Right.
Let's say I had 300,000 followers in 2014 on Vine,
Yeah, 300,000.
and there was a Toyota wanted me to do a Vine about a Toyota.
Yeah, you probably get around $3,000.
Cool. I'll take
Yeah.
it.
And how often? And are you expected to keep it up long term, or is it? Like
You could delete it after a month usually.
Okay.
Some people keep it up for their portfolio reasons. If you want to be like a brand guy.
And were you ever concerned about like keeping your content clean?
I don't remember a lot of ads you did.
Yeah, I didn't do many because early on I was like afraid of like keeping my content. Like early on, I kept my content clean because I like was like out of like college and like trying to get a job. And
Right.
I was like really working hard. Like for the first like while I was doing Vine, I was also like working in like an agency, like doing designs for like Gerber and like legitimate companies,
Right.
and, like working at like GSK, like medicine, like labels and stuff. So I was like doing a lot of stuff, and so I didn't want to like be too crude.
Mm-hmm.
But I felt like a lot of my ideas, would have a curse word or would have some sort of like sexual joke or something, and I didn't want to like have those just sit around and not go out because I saw like the people who were actually really funny were the people who were doing that.
The guys that didn't give a shit.
Yeah, exactly. Who didn't try. So I started just fucking around. Then I started, cursing more and just having fun. And that's when I started gaining a following. And then for me, it's like I'm not going to work with the brand if they're like, please don't curse, because like that's kind of part of what I do. So if you want to work with me, so like I did stuff with Comedy Central because like they were down for it.
Yeah.
And so like I just did something with Bud Light, and that was cool.
Yeah, with the like Mexican Bud Light. Or
Yeah.
whatever, right.
Bud Light Chelada. It's actually really interesting. Like I tasted it. I was like, okay, and then I was like nervous at first, but I tasted it. I was like, this is actually really good. It tastes like it's like a Bud Light and tomato soup like mixed.
Look at this fucking brand guy right here.
Hashtag what's up?
Hey, we'll take
What's
a
up?
check too, Bud Light. 'Cause we also love that drink.
Yeah, they literally sent me like 80 cans to like film and like make stuff with. So I have all these cans in my house. So like I just like pop one open like and just fucking chill,
So do you have to submit your idea of what
Yeah.
you want the Vine to be? You have to tell them basically.
So you
or-
pitch them a few ideas depending on who you're working with, and then they'll go, okay, we like this one. And then if I'm doing like photos, you send them like a bunch of photos, and they'll go, okay, this one's cool.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes like if they don't like your idea, they'll tweak it a little bit, or you'll send them it, and then if it's approved, then it's approved, and then you're good to go, and then you're given a date to post it.
That's cool.
Are advertisers ramping up because it's shutting down? They want to get their last ads in, or are they kind of pulling away because they know it's going?
This what happened here was interesting. So I had this one in the works for like probably a month ago before Vine announced that it was shutting down.
So it's normal for the process to take a month,
Yeah, I've had ones that take like a few months.
where you're just going back and forth,
A
working.
lot
on
of
the
back and
idea.
forth,
Okay.
a lot of like, okay, this is gonna go live like in November 20th.
And is this like a fun thing, or is this like a pain in the ass? Like, is it all right, or is it a huge thing?
It depends on who you are. I know some people who like just they hand it off to their managers and they're like, I don't want to deal with it. But for me, it's kind of like
So the manager fine tunes the idea for them.
yeah,
Okay.
or they'll have the manager deal with the emails and like it's definitely stressful, but it's also like you're getting paid a good amount of money to just literally make something.
Right.
It's a really awesome position to be in. Like not many people have had this opportunity.
Yeah.
Like my dad, like I'll be like filming some shit and he'll be like, and I'll be like, yeah, I'm making X amount, and he'll be like, fuck off. And I'm like, yeah, sorry. Like I'm just like, this is I've worked my ass off kind of to get to where I'm at, and I don't do it often. So like if I could do an ad here and there, to like pay the bills and just like save. Like that's what I'm just trying to do.
But were there people who were doing like new ones constantly, like at a certain point?
Well, there was always the people who were doing them like once a week or every few weeks, and you're like, fuck, like just, or like they would post an ad, not post for 2 weeks, post an ad again, and you're like, dude, come on, give me some like real content first.
Do you feel like you left money on the table by turning down stuff now that it's going away? Do you feel like you were looking long term at Vine?
I think I was looking long term at myself.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people got burnt out and did so many brand deals that like they just stopped posting on everything because they're like just having like crises, or people who will always be remembered as like that guy did a lot of ads and wasn't really funny.
Right.
But is there still hope for this type of like branded content like doing short form skit Vine
Yeah.
style videos, but putting them on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook.
Yeah, Instagram's popping right now with video. It's a lot of people are doing stuff on there. Facebook is I have like over like 130K on there, which is pretty awesome. But what I've noticed is Facebook videos, people don't really want to see skits. I don't think they want to see like real stuff. So like videos of me scaring my girlfriend get millions of views on there.
Really?
Yeah, it's so wild.
But it's fucked up too because Instagram and Facebook now are algorithmic, so the ads they're not going to do anywhere near as well as they would have done on Vine or Twitter, which are not.
Yeah, it's like if you put hashtag ad, Instagram's probably like.
Yeah, or at the
Yeah.
very least, like people aren't liking and sharing and commenting like the way that your viral ones are going to do, unless it's incredibly well done.
Well done. Like a Logan Paul ad is always like well done.
Yeah.
Like that guy like fucking like will do something for Dunkin' Donuts and go all out.
Right.
But that's just how he is. Yeah, so Twitter has some good shit too. Like you could make some videos on there, but Vine was like seamless because it was like you scroll through it and it was in order of like when it was posted. So if someone had like an ad, you would have to see it.
But it's just so bizarre because it's like we'd all like to think that it's about you 100%, but Vine, and now we're kind of like you're facing the reality is that like, oh, the platform was really important too. And do you feel like you're just going to like lose touch with all these followers that you were able to gain on Vine?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely discouraging to think that like a lot of people might not try to follow me anywhere else. Like they're like, oh, well, that's it. That was fun. Cool, 3.5 years.
1.6 million there.
Yeah. So and like my next highest one is my Facebook, which is like something I don't even post on that often.
And there's probably a couple 100,000 or a lot already that have basically like forgot about Vine. You know, like I know that.
Yeah, maybe even the last year. Some people probably, But I think the cool thing is people like will like I'll be out in public and if I get recognized, someone's like, yeah, dude, I deleted Vine like a year ago, but you're still fucking funny. Like you're so good, or like whatever, whatever they say, and I think I'm gonna start focusing more now on a little bit like doing YouTube sketches. Like I don't want to do vlogs or do like story times or anything because I feel like I'm older and people don't give a shit as well as like
I got an old vlogger right here.
Well, I don't.
Old vlogger.
Be rare. You an old vlogger.
But I also don't do like my day to day is not that interesting.
Neither is his.
Neither is Lance's, and he's out here fucking doing a 30-minute vlog every day, bro. I watched a couple of those the other day, like Lance 210 or whatever.
Oh, Lance, dude, he's like the king of clickbait.
Huh?
He's the
Oh my God,
king of clickbait.
He's actually getting like a real reputation for it. He was beefing with Keemstar from Drama Alert about
I saw that. Keemstar like called him out for like fake retweets or like I don't even know what it was.
Yeah, I don't know if that's true or not, but he definitely is one of the craziest clickbaiters. Because I clicked on I bought a pet monkey. Or I got a pet monkey.
Or like I cut my finger off. Or like my girlfriend did what? Like
some of them are so bad with his grandmother, like laying on the ground.
Yeah, like my grandma died. Yeah.
Cracked her head open. Like, wow, that's funny. I mean, I get it because I clickbait hard too. I wrote I had a heart attack because I got heartburn for the first time.
Yeah.
To me, that's it's in the same ballpark.
I mean, the clickbait, it's like the same hustle as whatever else. It's just like it's because that's like the environment on YouTube. Like that's what people do. Like if you're taking YouTube seriously, you're gonna put some like fucking tits in your thumbnail.
If the hardest part is getting them to click, and then once they click, you're actually delivering something funny or intriguing, then they'll stay. So whatever.
Yeah,
got them to click,
and that's getting you like literal dollars and subscribers and shit. Like, and if you are confident in your content and you're like, oh, I think that because even for my fans who want to watch my vlogs, it's like I follow a lot of people who I know are clickbaiters, and I still am relying on the title and the thumbnail whether I'm going to click or not, even though I know that the content is not really that related.
Because you're now clicking just to see what they're baiting you with.
Yes, that's what it's becoming.
Okay,
it's like a weird new thing. Like, okay, so where's this part of the where's this thumbnail from? Like, what part of the video?
Yeah. And think about when people start photoshopping their thumbnails, and think about the fact that like, imagine if I really had a heart attack. Everybody should be watching it who's even slightly interested in it. They know I didn't really.
I actually made I made a video. I made an image. It was inspired by Rob Wisman. I don't know if you guys know him or not. Hilarious Twitter guy. It was like every YouTube thumbnail ever, and it's like me like this, like eyes open, like with a huge bold white outline around it, with a yellow one around that, and like a crazy blue background. It's like I got fired from work and I'm pregnant. Like it's some shit.
I sucked a dick for money? Question mark, story time.
Let me ask you a
my
question.
Uber driver fucked me twice.
Raped by my Uber driver.
This is a question because I'm trying to think about taking brand deals with Vine ending and all that stuff versus like setting up your own brand long term kind of
Sure.
thing, so you don't like sully that while you try to keep followers and maintain stuff and build this whole
Juggle all these little numbers.
yeah. So if there's a pie chart,
Sure.
like neat dude versus brand deals versus
Chris Melberger, the brand.
your side
Yeah.
income from doing, I don't know,
Yeah.
is there like a percentage
Yeah.
breakdown you got?
So Neat Dude's probably the smallest because we don't take anything from it. All the money that we make, we literally put back into the company.
Okay.
Or we buy more shit because like at the end of the day, we're just trying to like have fun and just make stuff and make people happy. And we really don't take much money from it, which is, I think, smart. And at the end of the day, like we'll once in a while like do expenses like pay for our flights or buy dinner for people like if we're hanging out with someone. But for the most part, that's probably the least money I grab. Brand deals are probably 25%, maybe 50%. I don't really know. And then I get a lot of money actually from being in Vine compilations on YouTube. Yeah, monthly I get a good amount of money from that. From my I'm with Collab.
Other people, but the compilations, then the whole compilation gets claimed by your YouTube network on your behalf?
So if a lot of times these compilations are released and Collab has like every Viner signed to them. So literally every Viner that's in it, they claim it for each person, asset protection.
Right.
And so you get a piece of it. So like a lot of Viners are pulling in a decent amount every month from YouTube. And that might slowly start to go down unless we start doing like Twitter and Instagram videos and sending it and like just those start getting posted again.
Okay, cool.
And then like freelance gigs and other stuff like that I'm working on.
Like any video, tell me if I'm wrong, any video that would have done well on Vine is going to probably have a good chance of doing well on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook somewhere, right?
Yeah, I think yes and no. Like, it's tough because I feel like with Vine, everything like every person had a certain personality.
Yeah.
So you can get away with posting weird ass shit and people will be into it, but on Instagram, like it might not live well because it's like you're competing against like the most mainstream bullshit, and it's kind of like if your audience is into it, then like it'll live there, but it's really hard because there's no Revine, there's no
it's not
popular
shareable.
page.
So the Revine, from your
Revine is
perspective,
huge.
did that change everything when they came out with the Revine button?
That changed the game, and
Because it made everything so shareable.
At first, it was awesome, and then like a lot of the top guys, kind of abused it, and a lot of people did Revine for Revine. So you'd be seeing the same stuff every day.
Yeah.
And then, but for me, I loved it because I would like Revine someone who was funny, who had no followers, and try to get them in the spotlight.
Right.
And if someone ever like, if I ever got like a Nick Coletti Revine, like that was huge for me at the time. And I'd be like, oh fuck, like I'm getting like a ton of shit on this video. And so that was like, it was the best way to like kind of like help a little guy out for a little bit.
The Coletti retweet is still very, very.
Oh my god, yeah. I mean, anything he touches is like boom.
Well, I got
Kush.
I got something like 30,000 retweets for that
AF.
stupid ass joke about the iPhone charger, and that was probably largely because he retweeted it right in the beginning.
Yeah, that's like the calm before the storm. Then boom, everyone sees it.
Did they just change the Twitter mobile app where it says like replied to and stuff? Are you seeing these little like new, like they're putting too many words in it now?
Well, when you go to respond to somebody, it doesn't show like at Robesman. It just it says in response to Robesman, and then it has the tweet.
Yeah,
right?
it's
That
kinda
was,
like-
that was a strange thing for me to.
I'm seeing things too now at my feed where it's like Roseman and 4 others like this.
Yes.
And it's
Right.
like I don't follow the.
It's
the
always
account.
funny ass memes. It's always.
But it's like a
viral
pretty good
shit.
tweet usually
Yeah.
too. I'm like that's the one thing I really like about Twitter, which is I don't think which is different than any other platform. Is like people who are just regular average people have some funny shit that goes so big that like 200,000 people are retweeting it.
Right. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's like a whole new world and it's so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always said like in order to be like really good at Vine, you actually have to have like a decent set of acting chops.
Yeah.
Like, you have to show some kind of emotion or vibe in like 6 seconds. It's pretty hard to do, So there's a very, very, very specific skill set to be good at Vine. Whereas Twitter, it's just like, are your thoughts funny? And
Yeah.
can you put them in a funny order in words or whatever.
And I think it helps having like a certain personality behind it. Like if people didn't know who I was, a lot of my tweets might not be that funny because it's like I'll see a person who I like, and I'm like, oh, that's a funny tweet because they said that.
Right.
Versus like, okay, because like you can see people will tweet like, I've seen people like test it out where they'll tweet like a famous like MagCon Viner like exact word for word tweet, and they'll get like no likes, and like theirs get like 20,000 because like that's who it is.
Right.
It's like the sun is out today with a smiley face, and everyone's like, yeah.
20,000.
It is confusing too because I feel like Twitter is the hardest place to grow a following.
Right. And that's where I focus all my effort.
Whereas same.
Help.
Whereas I felt like Vine, for a period of time at least, it was just so many people were blowing up and getting a huge following just by being consistent.
Vine is hard as fuck.
Well, yeah.
Early on, dude, you could. I remember the day where you can gain like 20,000 in like a few hours.
Oh, really? Just by like getting
Because
popular
it
page or
was just
something?
so poppin' at the time. Like, because like in 2013, literally everyone was on it. Like everyone you knew had like was making vines, had a vine. Because Snapchat didn't really do anything. Instagram video wasn't out yet, so it was like literally everyone was like, "This is fucking crazy."
Yeah.
Did Vine fail you? The creators?
I think Vine didn't. I don't think they failed the creators. I think it took them a little bit to focus on the creators.
But they did? Were they doing anything for you as a large creator?
The last year, they were.
Really?
Yeah,
So that
they-
must make it extra hard to see it go away, right?
Yeah, because there was a lot of outreach, a lot of people trying to help everyone, and I think it was unfortunately it was like too late because a lot of people had moved to other platforms and everything. But they tried. Like there was a whole team ready to go, and it was awesome. But people were leaving, and then like all of a sudden like Twitter was like they announced that they were gonna shut it down.
Were you in on the secret meeting?
No.
You weren't.
I
there?
heard about that meeting,
Okay.
though.
You read about this?
No way. Really?
They had a big
There was a
secret
me- yeah.
meeting where they asked for like $1.2 million for like the top however many
So like
creators.
I think a few creators asked for some money.
Like a lot.
To post, I think 3 times a week for a year. I'm not really sure. Like, I don't know if it's getting like put out of context or not, but it was essentially like, hey, we're providing an audience for you guys, pay us, or we're gonna leave. And I don't think even that meeting was the reason why it. Like everyone's like, that's the reason why it failed. Like it didn't fail. It was just like numbers were, apparently like slowly going down.
You want us to keep propping up this sinking ship, give us some fucking money. I mean, it seems kind of fair to me, like if we are the only people, because Vine did change from this thing where everybody was just using it as like user generated content to the point where it got to, this is just for these couple hundred celebrities.
Yeah, it's fair to ask, but it's also fair for Vine to say no.
True, yeah.
No one
because
forced them
Twitter has to look.
join their
I mean,
website.
Twitter itself is having a very hard time.
Right.
as
When
a
Twitter
business,
shuts down,
yeah.
what are we going to do, Adam?
Yeah, that's scary.
Talk to each other?
The question is what Twitter
Text.
will do.
I don't think Twitter will ever shut down because
No.
it's such an essential place.
The question is will they fuck it up in their pursuit of money?
Right. They're morphing it, and like, it might never shut down, but it might turn into something that's unusable, and we all move to some other.
If it
app.
goes full algorithm, it'll definitely be a huge change that will, to me, maybe make it seem.
If you're smart right
redundant.
now, you're making an app that transfers everyone's Twitter followers to some other thing.
Like Coob.
Is that what that is?
Well, this app Coob tried doing that for Viners, but it didn't really. I don't think it actually worked. They're like, we're going to transfer all your Vine followers and videos to our app, and you just can't do that. It's like not possible because
Yeah.
people have to have Coob in order to be following you. I don't know, it's weird.
Coob. I hate that word more.
Vine
than
did
anything I've
fail
ever
you,
heard.
man. It's just now I'm getting mad about it. It's fucking lame that you you acquired a certain skill, got good at it, like built up a nice base.
Well,
Yeah,
I think where it is like I think Vine. It didn't because now a lot of people know who I am, and I'm able to
Exactly,
take that.
Yeah, but you're in Mr. Brightside right now. I'm just saying that, like, I wish as a fan,
Yeah.
I wish that if, like, in 3 years you wanted to put up a funny Vine, you could.
Yeah. Well,
You know what I'm saying?
or I could write a fucking show, or I could
Yes, okay.
take my talents and my audience and do like some cool shit.
to South Beach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I want to. Like, I think it's actually. It's more of like oh cool, like now I can like do some like next level shit, like I could
Okay.
maybe move into traditional media, or maybe I could like start
Again,
working.
you're still Mr. Brightsiding. I'm just saying.
No, I know. I'm just trying to. I think
Because okay, let's say you move to the traditional media.
Yeah.
In 3 years,
Yeah.
you would put a Vine up and say, "Hey, I got a show coming out on." You know,
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah. Well, because I think like for the most part, it changed my life way for the better. Like I met my girlfriend on Vine.
I just thought of a new idea for Vine. Shut it down for everybody except those with less than 1 million followers. So you guys are able to post if you want to, or don't if you don't want to, or something like
Yeah.
that. Like no new
I think
posts.
all of the functionality of Vine should be available through Twitter. Like Twitter, and I realize they're very hesitant to like introduce more tabs along the bottom or whatever. But don't you think that like anything, it's the same fucking
The
company.
video feed would be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Is
know.
it just because server space and back end support and all those costs are just doesn't make sense monetarily?
Well, I mean, Vine didn't make any money. It would cost money to run.
Right,
So
right.
that's what I'm assuming.
Vine should be a fucking tab along the bottom.
Nothing.
When you click on it, there's moments.
Yeah.
I fuck with moments. I like
it too.
moments.
Yeah, I look at it every day.
When I wake up, I'm like, okay, what's happening?
Yeah, it's the easiest way. Like if I know something's happening, like when I'm the protests or whatever, I just clicked on the moments. I actually didn't even see it, and then forgot that that's what I was looking for.
So Donald Trump's the president right now.
Well, he's the president
President-elect.
elect. Yeah. In 2 months, he's president.
Yeah. So there's that.
So that's the thing. So 2016, a lot of shit happened.
Tell us about last night for you.
So last night I was at Jenna Marble's house.
Wow.
Yeah,
Name drop. Just kidding.
with
Ever heard of her?
with my girlfriend and
Ooh, another name drop has a
yeah.
girlfriend.
and her
Bragging.
and her friend Kayla and
Cool, bro. We know you're heterosexual.
yeah, dude, I like girls. That's fucking sick. And so, yeah, so we were just chilling at her house and just watching the election. It was supposed to be like a fun night, but it was just like such a dreary, like weird, miserable, like kind of confusing, like can't believe this is actually happening kind of night.
It's like you go to a birthday party and somebody dies. And it's
That's
like,
kinda what it felt
fuck,
like.
The birthday party's ruined.
Dude, I woke up yesterday. I checked 5:38. I went. I voted. I
Nate
went
Silver,
to work.
dude, what the fuck?
Nate Silver was telling us like 80% Clinton.
All day.
Then I
Nate Silver
left.
was one of the more
I know.
reasonable ones.
He was
because
reasonable.
A lot of people were saying 95% Hillary. He was more.
He actually said that. He said there was like the last like big analysis. He's like, there's 4 possible outcomes of this election, and 3 of them have Hillary winning. So that sounds like one.
But everybody was taken aback. Nobody
Right.
saw that coming.
Then I went to play a soccer game in the Valley.
Yeah.
So I just got in my car, played, we tied. I left the game, looked at my phone, and it was 90% Trump.
Yeah.
And I was like
Oh, what?
refreshing and like trying to like just go on Twitter, and it was just the most depressing
Yeah.
scene of all time. Like people
Twitter
scared, people like upset. Like
Twitter last night was fucking insane, like lit. Like just any tweet was fucking taking off.
yeah.
There was some fun. Did you see the one with the guys with all the red hats on? And like all the quote tweets, it was like, these are the guys who definitely put a pill in your drink. Like when you're,
Oh yeah. Like
there was so many good ones.
yeah. Like everyone, they were just roasting the fuck out of him. But it's
Yeah.
like, okay, Twitter, like. What are we going to do? Just keep roasting people on this website that obviously no one in America looks at or uses because, like, Trump is the like president-elect right now.
Yeah, and yeah, it's insane.
People get wrapped up in their own bubbles. One of them being Twitter, thinking that's how everyone's going to think or whatever. And I think I like it's a self. I looked on Instagram. I follow like 280 people,
Uh-huh.
and I was scrolling and I saw like 2 people that I follow that like. I voted for Trump, and I was like, oh, like I guess 2 out of 280 doesn't,
Yeah.
isn't that bad, but like that's still kind of weird for me. I knew nobody like personally that was supporting Trump.
Yeah.
Until I scrolled my feed.
I remember being surprised when I started getting YouTube comments being like, "Oh, fucking, I can't believe you're voting for Hillary." Blah blah blah. I was taken aback
I
at
thought
first.
dudes were trolling.
I can't believe you're a cuck,
And
dude.
now, yeah, exactly. There's a word that everybody on fucking the internet learned this year. But if they didn't already know, but then, I mean, wait, what the fuck were we talking about?
You said when you're getting YouTube comments about Trump, you thought.
But now my YouTube comments are almost like unanimously Trump, like on the vlog.
They're all coming out of the woodworks.
Yeah, and it just really settled in. Like what seemed like a crazy idea that a lot of people would back this guy, it quickly became not just a fringe thing.
Yeah.
It's weird.
It was like, I think she won the popular vote, but there was like
like
51
smidge,
million
yeah.
or something for her. What was it, something like that?
She lost the popular, or she won it by 200,000, I think.
Yeah.
which is not much when it's like 50 million each or something.
And they were saying
But
like,
yeah, so it was definitely like split down the middle, which is insane to me. Like that many, but like that's how it is, you know.
yeah, she just couldn't energize like certain populations to go vote for her.
I think a lot of people were defeated about the Bernie thing. Like I was really into Bernie. I thought he was cool and I thought he was different, and I really wanted to see him and Trump debate because I thought it would have been hilarious.
We will forever be wondering if Bernie would have been a better candidate than her, because I mean, I could see a lot of ways that he would have. Imagine like all the smearing that they did of Hillary, if they had been doing that, spending that entire election cycle just painting him as this terrible socialist that was going to destroy the country. I don't know if that would have worked.
Because Trump's strategy was like, here's what I'm gonna do. It's Hillary is terrible,
Right.
And everyone was like, yeah, sure, she sucks.
And she
Well,
does-
I don't
she
know
did.
because the thing like people kind of like were voting their race and gender kind of too, and so
yeah.
if it was Bernie, I think the thing that Trump got was like non-college educated white males. Like he crushed that vote because that group kind of voted almost like a racial interest group, you know. And so it'd be interesting if Bernie went up against Trump, if he would like split that or get some of that or whatever. But it was just like,
Well, when you look at like a lot of the swing states, it was like they had amazing turnout on behalf of Trump because people really did like him. He had a real fervent fucking base, and
he got
Hillary
less,
did not have that
no, I think
comparison.
he got less white male voters than Romney.
Okay, true, but
And I think Hillary had like 7 to 10 million less than like Obama.
than Obama, which is fucked. That's fucking crazy. And that's why people trying to make it like, oh, it's a racist movement or whatever. It's kind of a tough claim to make because Obama did so much better than her. I think people just genuinely hate her, and we're ready for something new. Like that. This is how it goes. 8 years of fucking of the Clintons led to 8 years of the Bushes to 8 years of Obama, and it's just you keep switching back and forth. It's tough to fucking.
But it took such an extreme correction. It's so insane that people would actually like feel like that they can just vote for some totally unqualified dude. Like they just don't give up. They want to correct it that bad that they're going to vote for like one of the craziest motherfuckers I've ever seen be in front of a microphone.
But it was just so obvious to
lead
those
the
people
country.
that if they voted for Trump, that things would change, and that if they voted for Hillary, it would be 4 more years of the exact
Did you hear
same
about that
thing.
conversation that one of Trump's sons had with like Mike Pence or whatever when he was like, look, you're going to be in charge of all domestic and international policy. And then he's like, okay, well, what's Trump going to do when he's president? He's like, make America great again.
And that seems like it's a joke, but that probably happens.
Yeah, he's just going to like be chilling in the White House. Like,
We're going to make it great. Okay, what are you going to do? We're just going to make it great.
But the first thing that they said is that he's going to take a whole day and take 25 of the things that Obama did in office and overturn them and just really try to erase his
executive order.
presidency, which is going to be fucking crazy.
yeah, because he has the whole Senate, the whole House.
Yeah. That's what, I mean, that is the scary part is like, I am open to Trump being a good president and everything, but it's almost certain that there are going to be things that happen that limit reproductive rights and that probably will limit gay marriage, at least like take gay marriage and put it back to the states. So there's going to be a lot
and
more.
that sucks because my uncles just got married, so they're probably good, but like who knows like what kind
Yeah.
of things.
So fucking
And
lame.
I
It's so
understand.
fucking lame.
I understand the instinct to want to do something different, but on social issues, it would have been impossible for me to vote for Trump because I feel like it's going to be negative for.
Yeah, I feel for all my black friends, my female friends, my gay,
Yeah, well,
transgendered friends.
just these fucking idiots who voted for this guy were just thinking like,
It was like a real life troll, is what it was, and they got it, and it happened.
it's like when like that class clown runs for president in high school and gets it, like, oh, what do we do now? Kind of thing. Like on
I don't
the
know.
worst.
Free ice cream Fridays, guys.
Yeah, but I feel like Hillary really did suck so bad, and people were so disgusted by the idea of her being our president that I can't even just boil
She
it down
did.
to like
She like
idiots.
actually didn't though.
Idiots.
She
Like,
just
that's-
didn't
that,
have.
That doesn't work for me to say just it's just idiots are the reason why Trump got elected. No, it's like people who really
No, she failed.
wanted
She
something
failed.
different.
She failed because she didn't have like she's not like charismatic. She's not Obama. She's not her husband. She doesn't have that thing where like you do need to appeal to like simple-minded people. Like, hey, I think I want to have a beer with Barack Obama.
And he
Who
did
gives
an
a fuck if you
amazing-
want to have a beer with him?
an
You're supposed to run our
amazing job of
country, but,
painting her as a
that still
crook.
gets you votes. You know.
People genuinely really do believe that she's a fucking criminal, and it's not that far-fetched because what she did with the email server was fucked, and I'm ready to admit that now. I didn't want to talk about it.
He's ready to admit that now.
Is that you do not set up a fucking private email server as a Secretary of State and delete 30,000 emails, and I'm sorry, but there's fucking, it's the shadiest shit ever. And
I think all politics is shady as fuck. And
that's
so
some other shit right there.
How do you feel about Trump when he was like congratulating her and like you could tell it was like just straight from the prompter? He was like, "Yeah, she fought hard. She's a great lady. She fought hard. Great."
It's kind of like, oh, it's a classy moment for Trump, but at the same time, it's like, well, that's the only time where you have to be classy. Imagine if he came out and said, "We're going to send her to prison." Also, I wonder.
I was thinking he was going to do that.
I wonder if he will really like actually pursue that. I could see that being a thing that he tries to
he
push
needs
through.
to fucking chill out and do his fucking job, put his head down and figure out how to like do it. Like he can't.
Because he had half, it's not half the country, but a lot of people aren't. They're waiting to see what he does.
He could really, really fuck a ton of people right now. He needs to not do that.
But one of the only things that have come out is that like he's going to appoint like a anti-climate change something.
Yeah, it's his like head of like environment or something.
And it's like I'm totally okay with the idea of like Trump voters. Trump voters to me are not all stupid people. But if you doubt climate change, you are a fucking idiot, and you just voted for a guy who's probably going to do severe damage to the
You
environment.
show me one intelligent Trump voter. Just show me one.
Oh, come on.
Like literally, even like the
You're
most.
really living in the bubble if you don't know.
I'm telling you,
Trump
like the
supporters.
most intelligent like Republicans oppose
Right.
him. They don't like Hillary, but they oppose him, and they're like really cautious of what he's going to do. Like Ben Shapiro, you know, he's like.
But he didn't
he,
support Trump.
he congratulated Trump and said he was happy. I think.
I was watching his
No,
live
he
feed.
said- he
was
said-
relishing in it, but he wasn't supporting Trump.
He was a never Trumper.
Yeah.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah, he was.
No, he just said that he wouldn't vote for him, but he was very happy to see Trump win, and
Because he didn't want Hillary, but now he's like, I'm fucking nervous.
because dudes like him, he's conservative and he just wants to see the system smashed. So to him, it's like, okay, this will be fun. Fucking, it's way better than 8 years of Hillary or 4 years of Hillary, which I can relate to him. That I see that desire so clearly in these people that they want something different, and I don't really blame them. It's just that from his perspective, he is anti-reproductive. He's anti-abortion. He's probably anti-gay marriage. Blah blah
but
blah.
he still couldn't support Trump. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, and he also didn't think Trump had a chance.
Yeah, a lot of people were like, I think a lot of people were like, it's a running joke for a while. Then like it happened, they were like, oh shit, that's crazy.
Even my friends who voted for Trump are like, I can't believe it. I never thought in a million years he would win. You know.
And that's where I think a lot of liberals too were like, there's no chance he's gonna win.
Yeah.
And that's why you saw everyone watching it like, what the fuck?
But I mean, I feel like liberals turned out in droves to vote for her too. Like I felt like it was really pushed as like, if liberals wouldn't turn out to vote against Donald Trump, then who the fuck are they going to turn out to vote for? But that was really how shitty she was.
we found out in this election, people aren't going to turn out to vote against somebody. They're going to turn out to vote for someone who energizes them to get out there and vote for them.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy too, though, because we're drawing all these conclusions, but then at the same time, it could have so easily gone in the other direction. Like she did technically win the popular vote, but here we are. We got 4 years of this, and it's just funny to me because, I mean, the media has made it so clear that they sided with her and that they don't like him, and now it's like 4 years of that, and that is just going to be bizarre because so many people believe everything in the media and mostly for good reason in my perspective, and the fact that that's just not, I don't know, it's strange. But nobody would ever go at Obama, even with all the shit that he was doing that was the exact same shit that Bush was doing, like the pro-war shit in general, like bombing the fuck out of everybody. She would have been doing that just as bad as him.
Yeah, you got to bomb some motherfuckers sometimes, though.
But I completely agree with that. However, my thing though is that the Republicans have somehow become the anti-interventionist party, where they're the ones who actually are in favor of a less aggressive domestic foreign policy.
Right.
How the fuck did we get there from George Bush, who was like, to be a Republican, you had to be like unanimously pro-war.
Yeah, if you 9/11 us, we'll come right back at you.
Yeah.
No, I don't know, man. It's gonna be weird. It's very weird. It's gonna be really, really weird. And like, I just hope that like everybody that like are your close friends and family and stuff, like we can figure out ways to keep everybody kind of safe in a sense and keep everybody here.
Yeah.
Because I like the people I've met here who aren't from here. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
But
There's a lot of people in my life like they text me like, I don't know if my visa is gonna get renewed.
My
you
Uber
know?
driver today was like, his name was Mohammed, and he was like, yeah, I moved here in 2009 from Pakistan, and I'm very scared. I applied for my citizenship in August, and I haven't heard back, and I really don't feel like they're gonna keep me here. And
Yeah.
you could tell he was like nervous, and I felt so shitty.
But I'm going to be honest, is that I don't understand at what point it became that to be a Democrat, you had to be totally in favor of like open borders and like mass immigration, because to me that's like a pretty reasonable stance, is to be opposed to like loose immigration policies.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the ones that we have, from what I've heard, are very, very like strict, and they go through tons and tons of screening to the point where it's like the person coming through is good.
Right.
But I can see what you're saying, where it's like overpopulation, where it's like too many people are coming through, and it's like, okay, like, if we don't want to give everyone handouts. We have a lot of people here, our own citizens, who need help. It's a very like kind of crazy.
And I think that like mind state was really what drove a lot of his vote, is the idea that like he's going to keep people out, keep these dangerous people away. We're going to become a real, make America great again. Like they just really
keep it white.
seized upon that. Yeah, I I don't know. I mean, it's like I understand the impulse that they're coming from. To me, I couldn't have done it. I couldn't have voted for him or supported him because he's a fucking idiot and because of the social issues. But
Well, great podcast.
I don't know. I mean, it's going to make reading the news very fun for the next.
Yeah,
There's 3 white dudes break it down.
There was no chance that reading the news was not going to be fun for.
There's 4 years of content, 4 years of characters and jokes and creativity that I'm assuming is going to have to happen because of this.
It's gonna.
But I was watching like a liberal dude earlier talking about like, well, you know, like Trump's probably going to make Rudy Giuliani the attorney general, and I'm just like, oh my god.
I saw that too. I thought he actually, or no, like Newt Gingrich or something.
Yeah, like those are his people. Like all
And
the
Chris
people who run
Christie
on stage.
from home state
Christie is
of New Jersey, baby. Hell yeah.
Oh my God, Chris Christie has pushed the fucking Republican Party back so far in New Jersey. Like,
Yeah,
I don't know if they'll
we got
ever
a
get
gas
another
tax recently. He's a great guy.
one. Dude, Chris Christie's the biggest scumbag ever. If Trump puts somebody like him in power, Rudy Giuliani, you can at least say like he has a good record. He cleaned up New York. He did all this shit. Chris Christie is embroiled in like one of the craziest scandals ever. And is
That
blatantly
bridge one.
guilty. Yeah, the bridge.
My mom
one.
was a teacher in high school, and she fucking hated him because
Yeah.
everything like he did was like against the teachers union. Like, he hated teachers. He didn't treat them well.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
That'll do it. Well, we're interested to hear to our viewers who stuck around. All the Trump fans who are like, "Oh, I just wanted to hear about Vine, man. Fuck." I like the first part you guys were talking about Vine.
First part was cool, but I don't know.
Butchering my political beliefs.
I mean, who knows? Like, it'd be amazing if like Trump is actually a good president. Like, who knows? Like, what if he's just like does a good job?
We're praying he said a bunch of crazy shit to get himself in office, and now he just like tries to kind of stay the course. We're
Yeah.
praying that
Well,
happens, but
he removed the Muslim ban from his website today.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
Interesting.
Which is very interesting because I imagine that's because they're going to do some form of moderation of that
Yeah.
plan or whatever.
We're gonna
but
ban people who are like dun 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 dun. dun.
If he doesn't build a wall in 4 years,
I don't
what
think
are
he-
his followers?
I don't
gonna
think he can. You can't build a wall in 4 years.
I don't even know what that would look like or what it would be like.
Do-
or-
it'd be like, no, sorry.
But wouldn't you assume that there are already like a series of fences? That there's a lot of stuff going along the border. It's not easy to sneak in here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's definitely not.
I don't. I've never been made to feel that way. Although, like in his speeches, he definitely made you feel as if like Mexicans could just walk the fuck over here, no problem. Which is, I don't think it's true. But
I say bring him over, man.
yeah,
Come on through.
I don't know. I mean, the 12 million people getting deported, which is really, really promised to that hard. And
I
it's
heard,
like,
I heard something about like 2 million, like criminal immigrants are also getting deported or something.
really?
How
Yeah.
expensive is it to deport somebody? It's got to be pretty pricey because all the procedures and legal shit you got to go through.
Or do you just like say, see you later?
No, I bet it's like fucking, I don't know. I'm not an economist, but it's probably more expensive.
I'm not a doctor.
But I play one on a podcast.
Yeah.
But like, it's probably more expensive to deport somebody than to let them just chill here and just like fucking work whatever job they're working for cash. Like,
Yeah.
Jesus, man. Whatever.
What if it's the
Fuck.
ultimate nightmare though, when like everything he does goes really well and it actually works? That's gonna be fucking hilarious, and we get 8 years of him.
Yeah. I feel like 4 years something's gonna happen. We're gonna have a new candidate running who's like,
He's got no impulse control with a lot of shit, and he's gonna fuck up.
He's behaved so
something big.
well in the lead up to the election for like a week or whatever. He was like basically silent, didn't say anything insane. And the
looks like
question-
they took his phone from him so he couldn't tweet.
Yeah. So that's the question, though, is that now he's president. Are there going to be enough? Like, we always had that assumption, like, oh, Obama acted like he was anti-war, and then he gets in office and he starts bombing the fuck out of other countries. Do you get into office and all of a sudden there are other people around that we don't even know about or whatever who basically keep you in line and tell you this is how to act?
100%.
Illuminati.
His Twitter's not going to be like it was during.
He's gonna gain a
the
ton
run.
more from the @POTUS handle too.
Oh God, that's
He's gonna
that's
get
his
they're gonna
Twitter.
give him the handle.
They have to give him the handle.
They
He's
do
the
have to
POTUS.
give him. Yeah, they do. And what is going to happen to his old one? They're going to switch the name.
Or I think he keeps both because it's like the person one, the president one. B, he should probably get Donald Trump and not real Donald Trump because he's the president. He could probably just be like, I fucking want my real name.
Donald Trump. It's
Twitter
so-
should ban him for abuse.
Who is at Donald Trump on Twitter?
Donald Trump. Just some guy named Donald Trump.
At Donald Trump, some guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Dante.
I don't know. I mean, I can say that I am genuinely fascinated to just see how it plays out.
It's kind of like what we have.
Yeah,
at this
because
point.
you're a white dude.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what everybody's
Straight white
response, and it's
dude.
totally true, is because nobody's going to fucking deport me. And I don't know, but
Yeah, it's scary times, but I think if everyone's helpful and down.
In
to help each other.
California, Cal exit, we're out of here.
I don't
breaking
think
off.
that logically could happen. Although I do, there's a wall.
Well, you guys got weed now, so it's legal.
Kush.
Nobody's really taking time to talk about that, yeah. But
Yeah.
I voted
Guys, weed's
against it.
legal.
Everybody said to vote no on it. I've said no.
Oh, you vote? Yeah, I don't know. How about the porn
What are
one?
you,
Did you vote
fucking
yes or
cop?
no?
I voted no on that one. That and the weed one are the only ones I voted
Wearing a
no on.
condom in porn just seems weird.
Oh, this is
Wearing a
so
condom in general for Adam seems weird.
Well, I got friends with all these porn star girls who asked, Riley Reid texted me and said, can you please tweet, vote no on Prop 60, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, I'm doing whatever the
Because
hell
it means
you
they would have to give a blowjob with a condom on,
say.
which is really
That's
weird.
so outrageous.
That's like a very Mormon thing to do.
Yeah.
It would just make porn not competitive coming out of Los Angeles. So everybody would have to move to other places to do it. But the condom thing was like buried inside of that bill that there was a lot of other stuff within. That
Someone did say, though, that they would make a better condom if that happened.
Yeah.
Like thinner,
Yeah.
tattooed out.
just the head.
I was in New Jersey, and my ballot, one of the things was like voting for casinos in northern Jersey because only Atlantic City has casinos. Mm-hmm. I voted yes. I was like, that'd be fun. Why not? Fucking get a little closer, a little gambling. I think it didn't pass, so that sucks.
Put casinos everywhere.
Casinos are bad for the
They're
economy.
so weird with that shit. They're like, well, if you're playing craps, you're gonna fucking kill somebody. But if you play like
I think
Baccarat,
gambling
or something,
preys upon the stupid and the poor. And that's like the real argument against it is that
Yeah.
it kind of trashes
And the lotto
local
doesn't?
economies. No, the lotto certainly does too. And the fact that that's run by the government is
right?
insane.
That's
But-
the worst message to
But
send to
the
everybody.
lottery is something that's going to exist no matter what. This is just like a physical.
But at least in a
thing.
casino, we can pretend like we're there to like have a drink.
But it's not run by the government. You know, granted, they're taking all this tax money, but they're not.
It's such a weird optical illusion. Like you're there, like having fun. You're like, this is so great. In
Yeah.
reality, it's like, let's have this fucking dickhead just like spend hundreds of dollars on nothing,
Yeah.
just by sitting on this green felted table.
I can't gamble, but I'm too familiar with the odds. It just
Yeah.
doesn't. I can't bring myself to enjoy it.
Yeah, I'll do it when I'm down in AC.
Yeah.
I'll do like blackjack.
I like roulette.
I mean, anything can be fun, but it's just to me in my head, it's like this is a negative expected value.
Oh, I'll win like
proposition.
$20 and be like, I'm out, baby. I'm up. Let's go out tonight.
Let's go buy one drink for $20.
I went on vacation and lost like $1,000 playing blackjack, and by the end of it, I was just like, I don't think I'm ever going to do this again.
Yeah. Well, that sucked.
Yeah.
You got to look at the money as that's the money you're going to spend as entertainment.
Yeah, exactly. You spend $20 to go to the movies. You spend a couple $100 to go gamble. You just have to think of it like that.
Yeah.
You know, what the fuck are we talking about? Should we talk about Chris Moore or what?
Yeah, what else do you want to talk about?
I don't know.
Cat resting his head on your.
There's a little cute little cat here.
Do you eat ass?
Smoke backwards.
No.
You don't smoke backwards and eat ass?
No, I'm not.
Neither?
No, neither.
There's the door, sir.
Sorry.
You definitely didn't vote for Hillary, yeah? Or for
But-
Trump, yeah.
Well, one thing, a little plug. Friday the 11th. So in 24 hours, I think. We're dropping our winter fall line for Neat Dude.
Nice.
Yeah, we got a lot of cool shit. Some hoodies, some t-shirts, some pins. I gave you guys some pins, some
Got it.
koozies.
My bag.
Yeah, some cool new stickers. Much just fun stuff that we're really excited about. It's been like a month in the working. Just like we do all the designs and everything.
He's a neat dude.
Yeah, he is.
Neat, dude.
Takes care of his apartment.
Is it neat, dude, or like neat, dude?
It's essentially whatever you want.
That's how I think of it, is like you leaving in a comment on somebody's Facebook, like somebody being like, oh, just bought this new car. And you're like, neat, dude.
Yeah, like it's that, or it's like you're a neat dude, or like, yeah, that's neat, dude. So yeah, so that's that. But yeah, I don't know. I'm here in LA, just making shit and having fun and
Well,
having some meetings.
Are you excited about the prospects of like is there anything outside of just doing social media stuff that or in the clothing line stuff that you were working on? Like, are you excited about the idea of like doing
Well, yeah,
bigger roles? And,
I've had a few companies reach out who want to like, essentially snag me to work there as like an in-house, head of content or
Wow,
someone
okay.
working on. So there's a few companies who I'm like talking to. Like I don't think I can say their names because I don't want to like.
is that appealing?
Jeopardize.
The idea of just like working full time for a brand like that?
Yeah, I mean it's definitely different, but it's it's routine, it's
Consistent,
exciting, it's something to do.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily need to do it yet though because I have enough money saved where I could really need to full time and like really push it hard, which I'm excited about. And I'm gonna start doing YouTube shit, just film sketches like every couple of weeks. My buddy Andrew Marbach and myself we're gonna start a channel together, just like a kind of like a duo thing.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so
The link to his channel is in the description to this interview if you want to check it out, just for the record.
Hell
Right
yeah.
up in there. Yeah, because you know that guy, Jesse Wellens, the prank for
Yeah,
guy? You see
Yeah.
that Twitter rant that he went on where he was like,
daily vlogs are stupid or whatever.
He was just like, it's so cool how every Viner is a
Ex-Viners.
daily vlogger now. Wow, so creative.
Yeah, I saw that, and I know exactly what he's talking about. It's. I mean, I think the thing is, a lot of YouTubers are like, oh fuck, because like now a lot of these Viners are like, some of them are like killing it. They have like
Yeah.
a huge audience, and you know, hey, if that's what you're doing, good for you. Like, have fun. I just don't. I want to do something that I could look back at in 5 years and be like, oh, that's still like funny.
Yeah.
So I feel like with vlogs, it's a lot of public nostalgia. It's a lot of like, oh, cool. Like I remember doing that, and that's like how my Vine feed was. It's like looking back at each Vine, I'm like, oh, that's cool. That was like when I hung out with my friends. Or that's when we did that. Or that's when I was in fucking London.
But like with Lance, like it's bizarre how he went from making some pretty funny 6-second videos to making 30-second or 30-minute vlogs that are not even intending to be funny, really. Like they're.
It's
like,
literally just him filming anything.
Yeah, it's him getting the mail, and he's like, "Oh, look at all this candy I got! Look at this!" And I'm not hating.
Well,
him,
the trick is the longer your video, the more ads you can throw on it.
yeah,
so
that's
a lot
why.
of these people.
Trust me, this man knows that trick.
But I'm like a 10-minute guy with my vlogs. Like I don't want to make
How many subs you got
almost 300K.
on your account?
Yeah,
That's
on
good.
No Jumper.
There's no jumper, vlogs, everything in one
We do,
channel.
yeah, we
Oh,
do
smart.
everything on the same one, which pisses some people off. That's why we get a decent amount of dislikes on everything, I guess, because like certain people are there just for the interviews or just there for the vlogs. Then we do no Jumper news, which if I really go hard on that, that's going to be that is probably like if I only cared about making money, I would just 100% focus on that.
Would the news be like similar to Scarce and Keemstar, or would it be more
It's like that, but for like hip hop and like
Oh,
people within
that's
our
cool.
community, kind of like my perspective on like what the news is, and it's something that I like doing, but I also don't like doing it every day.
It's insane that these news channels, like essentially drama channels, make money by just talking about YouTubers every day.
huge amount of Scarce, dude. Fucking Scarce and Keemstar making millions a year. Yeah.
Yeah. What's up, guys? Scarce here. Like he just talks about like everything. It's like he's like if a YouTuber tweets something, he'll talk about it.
Yeah, and act like it's 100% happening. He's like, so obviously this guy is sucking dick for Xanax, and
Yeah, it's wild, but like, hey, man.
I watch that shit all the time, to be
Yeah,
honest.
I
don't know why.
watched like 10 in a row. I was like so intrigued by it.
Yeah.
And that's I guess what it is. You know, people are interested in it. So,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Yeah. Are you familiar with DJ Academics?
no.
He's like the OG like YouTube guy who makes videos about every like current event thing that happens. Like if Lil Yachty and Soulja Boy get into a beef, he makes
yeah.
8 fucking videos about it. Like I made one video, he made 8 videos, and
That beef was insane. Like all the Twitter videos that they're throwing at each other.
yeah. Well, Yachty was like not even like a willing participant in it, really. Like Soulja Boy fucking
Yeah.
like Soulja Boy was his hero, and just Soulja Boy just tripped out on Yachty, and then Yachty, even when Soulja Boy apologized and everything, Yachty was still like, you know, that's cool. Like we don't have beef, but I don't really fuck with you, because he was like, I think Yachty was really like disgusted by the way Soulja Boy just acted like a fucking crackhead there.
Yeah.
Soldier.
Soldier. Is this the Rad font from the movie Rad?
I'm not sure. My buddy made that one, but
The more I look
probably.
at it, it kinda makes me feel like that.
Does it say by the bell?
It's definitely like a font that we bought from like a font pack that we like edited.
Oh, it's kind of like Hulkamania.
Yeah, it's got an 80s feel to it for sure.
Yeah.
Oh shit,
Soldier.
Soldier. I guess we just did an hour and a half.
Shit,
Feel
dude.
pretty good about it.
I feel solid.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
Talked about Vine. Talked about the president-elect.
Yeah.
Mocked, body shamed my cat.
Love that cat.
Piece of
It's
shit.
cool, man. It's fucking weird as hell for just personal note. Like sitting back looking at Vine 3 years ago, like seeing this man like kind of blow up, and now we're just talking to him and just
Yeah. I mean, all my friends and like everything has like where I'm at right now is all because of Vine. So like
Yeah.
at the end of the day, like I'm always gonna
Yeah,
be
of
super
course,
excited
of
about
course.
it. I know a lot of people want to do like get tattoos or some shit, like just like to remember it. I don't know. It's cool. It's like we all have like our
It's
weird
kinda-
little. It's a weird little community where we're all gonna like just continue to be friends.
It is kind of dope now that I think about it too, because if it started becoming the thing where they put ads on it and everyone just left the app and left you guys making Vines to nobody.
Yeah.
You're like retiring at the top.
Yeah.
You're
Well,
going-
here's my one friend who works at Vice said this to me, and it actually really like resonated. He was like, "Dude, you should be happy that it's shutting down now while a lot of people are still like doing it, because like if it was just around for a while and like people start slowly lingering off and like this like years down the road, like you would have just lost touch with everyone. But now it got cut off where you're all in your prime doing stuff. So you're gonna be forced to like hang out and make shit and like be friends and still talk, because it would have been weird to see it just everyone slowly go away and not even like care about it. Because like eventually that could have happened.
Tech companies only want to own platforms because content companies, like tech companies and like VCs, don't invest in content creators or TV networks or websites very often, but they do like platforms because then you have users generating all this content. I think for Vine, the user base stopped creating content, and then it ended up just being these stars who are making
Because the bar
stuff.
was set too high.
And then to people like or to an investment firm or to Twitter, like when they look at like the financial viability of it, they're like, it's basically like having a website or a TV channel
It's
now.
a little show.
It's not a platform anymore. Yeah.
Oh wait, shit, you're right. Yeah, because I used to make Vines all the time, and then I stopped making Vines.
And you would still look at it.
I could never make a Vine as good as yours.
That's how it was. Everyone,
You think? Oh, okay.
everyone, because the bar was set too high to a point where like
you guys got too fucking good at it.
you're like, wow, this guy's really funny. I'm scared to post. I would rather just watch and laugh than make something that like no one likes. And so that's what happened. And people would post like the stuff that maybe wasn't that funny on Snapchat. Boom.
Right.
Yeah, good point. Good point.
That was the whole problem with Vine, is it filled a really important niche at a really important time, but then its functionality got basically reproduced by Twitter, by Instagram, by Snapchat, and everything else found a home, and then it ended up being not as essential.
Damn.
Yeah, which I think the longevity of apps. We're in a time where we're not even sure like how longer some apps are going to stick around. Like, will Snapchat stick around? I think they're probably going to be fine.
Seems
But
like it, yeah. The Instagram story to me is the biggest threat, but I don't see it fully replacing.
yeah, it's still a little
Snapchat.
wonky. I'm waiting for it to kind of like get integrated better, but
That's why I
enjoy
don't.
it.
The Instagram story thing, to me, it's so bizarre that it's the same exact functionality basically, and that
Snapchat's
seem like
copied-
they're both doing quite well.
So Snapchat actually recently in the newest update took from Instagram stories the being able to go back and forth between a story,
Really?
because
Oh, yeah.
that was like a cool thing that people were like, this is sick. I wish Snapchat had it. And Snapchat was like, all right, we'll put it in there.
Yeah, Instagram's going to copy our entire business model. Okay, cool. We're going to fucking fuck you up. Yeah.
I think that's Facebook's way of saying, hey, like you didn't let us buy you, and we're just going to do it ourselves.
Facebook is the real fucking one that I am fascinated by. Is like how
thought it was gonna be-
big the future is for Facebook.
Dude, I thought Facebook was like no one cared about it for a few years, and then all of a sudden it's like the video place that everyone cares about.
Right.
It's insane.
They've rebranded themselves as like the short form video place. But it's so bizarre because, okay, when you think about Drama Alert or Scarce or FouseyTube or whoever the fuck it is, it's like these people are building businesses off of YouTube because YouTube is sharing in the profits.
Yeah.
And Facebook has been dragging their fucking heels on sharing money with the content creators forever. And they do have a lot of people creating original content for it, but at what point they're never going to get somebody who has a giant fan base really fully embracing it until they
Unless
start
monetization happens.
Yeah, and they do because Twitter just did that. Twitter finally you can
Yeah.
monetize.
I have a
your
lot of
videos.
friends who are monetizing their tweets.
Yeah.
And they're actually making a lot. They're making good
Really?
stuff. Yeah. Like a lot more than what YouTube would be for view. Per
I'm
view.
about to start putting my vlogs on the No Jumper Twitter and monetizing them and
Yeah.
see how that goes. Supposedly the CPM's way higher, but I mean I'm sure the views are dramatically lower. So
That'd be cool.
it's going to be a very interesting world that
Fascinating.
we're embracing out here.
Wow.
Well, Chris, thank you very
Cheesecake.
much for coming through. Appreciate it.
Of course. Yeah, no, I'm having fun. I'll be around next few days. So if you guys want to have a beer or whatever.
You guys want to make a vine?
Hey, wait, what day are you leaving, Saturday or Sunday?
Monday.
There's a party on Saturday. You should come through if you're not doing anything.
What party?
You too.
What is that?
I'll tell you guys off air.
Video
Sorry,
game party?
commenters.
Since you're in the video game industry, we're gonna have to talk to you about that
it's
sooner or later.
house
Fucking
party.
rice.
Yeah, video games are sick.
I love, dude, gaming
Yeah.
and like talking about gaming
Yeah.
and then gaming again. Love all that.
Are you gonna
shit.
start streaming?
Twitch.
Dude,
Twitch. Twitch is dope.
I'm doing YouTube. Fuck Twitch. They're too fucking
We're doing a
conservative.
24-hour live stream, a marathon stream.
Really?
We'll be all up in that.
Oh yeah.
My Pilates lady who works on my back for me, she fucking asked me like, hey, so I know you're like kind of wrapped up in like technology world and stuff. Like I have my nephew, he wants to go to the League of Legends event so bad. Like, is there anyone that you know who would be able to get you a ticket? And I'm just like, nah.
Thank you.
I don't know
No
anyone.
one.
Yeah, because I'm like, I'm not asking Rose for that.
Not yet. Those tickets are hard to get. I'm new.
I'm like, for my fucking physical therapist lady?
No, for
Nah.
you guys, yeah.
Yeah, fuck off.
I will go. I want to be around all these fucking Korean kids. I live in Koreatown. Might as well.
Yeah, it's tight.
All right. Well,
All
hey,
right.
check us out. YouTube, SoundCloud, iTunes. Shout out to Tony the Cat. Follow him on Instagram. I am Tony Cat. 25,000 subscribers. I'm so proud of you.
That's great.
Really
Famous cat.
talented Instagram
Yeah.
cat.
I didn't even know.
Yeah. Well, you've been in the presence of greatness this whole
Sweet.
time. Way more popular than Roseman.
Skadarbin.
Good urban.
Sweet.
The lies of this video that I want to use this video, Chris. That's funny. Stand there, ask him to break down the hierarchy.
The hierarchy? Is that like Jasper's hierarchy?
Does that mean he's gonna use your girl?
What happened?
Stand there, ask him to break down.